think, yeah, I gave that dude enough to buy 2 pastries next time the pastry lady was in.
Yes, you did.
But he had to promise to give one to his brother because sharing is caring.
I don't think they care.
Maybe not.
Still, I think it's important every now and then to have a episode that points out the importance of sharing and the letter S and the number 3.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Crad's character is going to the temple to arrange burial for Ismark and Irina's father in the morning.
Yep.
Before we skip town and try to get them away from Strahd. I'm sure it will all go perfectly as planned.
And I'm sure that if he was alive, we would have made friends with him too.
Probably.
Maybe we should go to Strahd's castle and try to make friends with him. Seems to be working for us.
Like, I'm already envisioning if we end up squaring off with Strahd, we're just going to do, like, the Care Bear stick.
That would be awesome. We'll have to see how that works. All right, so yeah, so like right when we left off was when Thomas had gone to speak with Donovich, the village priest.
No, Thomas is me.
Oh, Damien, I'm sorry, man.
You're good.
Now I'm doing it. Damien went and spoke with the village priest, and yeah, it ended with that guy yelling in the basement, like that he was hungry, calling to his father, and that's where we ended
And then
things.
you could smell blood.
Yeah, he said he could smell blood.
Were we picking like right up after that?
Yeah, let's pick up right there. So Father Donovich looks horrified, and he looks at Damien. He's like, please. He's like, forgive my son. He's very ill.
Yes, I can tell. He said something about blood.
He doesn't know what he's saying. The Dark Lord did something to him when we went last year.
Went last year to where?
A wizard had come to Barovia. He was intent on ending the Dark Lord's reign, and many of us followed him to Strahd's castle, and things went poorly. Most of us who went were killed. I barely managed to escape with my life with a couple of other villagers. A day later, my son returned, but he was insane. He was tortured. He was mad. Not like angry, but crazy.
I understand. Do you know what caused this madness?
I don't, but I pray to the Morning Lord constantly to release my son of his madness. But I get no response.
Would I need to make some sort of insight check to see if he's withholding any information related to, like, how he knows, whether or not he knows how his son turned crazy?
You could absolutely make an insight check if you would like.
Sure.
He seems to be, he seems to be telling you like everything he knows, which I mean, he's not really giving you a lot of detail, but I mean, he doesn't seem, he genuinely believes that his son was just driven mad by Strahd, or at least to the best of your insight.
What is your son's name?
He has one of those Doru.
And Dora went out with you, and this was...
Yes, with some of our braver villagers and this wizard who had come to Barovia. He said he had come to help set us free. Didn't go over so well.
Do you know what happened to the wizard?
Last we saw him, Strahd had struck him down. There was a great clap of thunder. There was a bright light, and the wizard was gone. All that was left was like a steaming pile of ashes. Or smoking, I guess. Smoking or steaming. I didn't get close enough to find out. It was at that point that I ran for my life.
And your son, he's been down below this holy place of worship for the past year.
Yep, ever since he returned, yes. I dare not let him out about the villagers. I'm afraid he would attack them, or perhaps they would misunderstand what's happened to him, and they may try to kill him. He's my only son.
What do you know about his affliction? You said he's gone crazy, but that doesn't... He said he smelled blood. Can I smell blood?
You do not smell blood.
Okay.
He says things like that. He probably heard you enter the church, and I mean, these are just the things he says, especially when people come by the church.
I see. Would it be all right if my friends and I saw what we could do to help him? I know a few blessings that might be able to assist.
I suppose it could probably do no harm. But I'm just afraid your friends won't try to hurt him, will they?
No, that will not be our intention. I can assure you that.
Perhaps after we've laid the Burgermeister to rest, yes.
Afterwards, then. Very well. I'll
Please
go inform my
tell none of the
companion.
other villagers.
What do you say?
Don't tell any of the other villagers.
I shan't. You have my word. Is there anything else you need from me?
No, I'll straighten the place up a bit, and I'll be ready for when you bring the Burgermeister by in the morning.
Thank you, Father. And I'll bow to him and then see myself out.
He
Go
nerv-
try and find the rest of the group.
Yeah, he nervously bows back. So what's Sash doing over at Mad Mary's? She's still hanging out there?
Yeah, I'm just till the end of the day, I was just tidying up, making tuna casserole, making sure she's got stuff clean to put on when she wakes up, just keeping busy most.
Okay.
Like, I'm not trying to talk to her. I don't think she can. Sash doesn't think there's anything else to learn. I'm just trying to stay nearby and keep her calm.
Yeah,
That's all she really feels like she can do.
Yeah, eventually, I mean, she drifts off to sleep. You know, she does go to sleep with that creepy doll in her arms.
So creepy. Yeah, and then like once it's dark, I'll go back to the main to everybody else.
Okay. So we'll cut away the exposition, and so as it starts to get dark, unless anyone else wanted to do anything else in town before you all get back together again in the village there.
Nope.
Yeah, so you've all arrived back safely. Quote fingers. Um, at at the mansion.
I do a quick head count just to make sure everybody's there and okay. Okay, good. All right.
Yeah, everybody's there.
And when I get back, I'll explain the wacky situation going down at the church and ask anyone in the group or our two people that are letting us stay at their place if they have any idea what might be afflicting Son Doru.
He said he was hungry and he smelled blood.
I did not have any.
I mean,
I don't.
that sounds like normally I wouldn't say this, but this is where we are, so like I don't know, it sounds like vampire, maybe?
That's racist. You can't believe all the stereotypes you hear about vampires.
But they eat blood, and if they don't, they get hungry.
I mean, I'm sure some of them do.
I'm gonna go with vampire until we figure something else out.
Can the father still be trusted if his son is affected by Strahd, potentially?
He seemed desperate, but I doubt he would do anything to harm us. He's a man
Why?
of the church, after all. That's his reason.
Uh-huh.
Why would a man of God want to do any harm to us?
Well, it depends which god, but yeah.
Because of his son?
He'd been praying to his own Lord, the morning.
And has that helped him any?
Not sure. If I had to guess, though, not much. Sadly. It's hard to
Don't we
tell.
have a thing that removes... Is a
We have-
vampire, is it a curse? Is a vampire thing a curse, or is it just a thing that you become? Like, are you... Like, don't we have that
We have
thing?
some remove curse scrolls. I don't know if it would work.
Well, if you've got more than one, it doesn't hurt to try.
What do you think, Ismark?
Do we have more than one, or do we just have the one? I forget.
We just have the one, and then one scroll of magic whip.
Yep.
The Dark Lord, I mean, he has driven others mad before, but I'm afraid your friend Sash may also be right. It's possible that he's turned him into one of the undead.
What can be done?
To the best of my knowledge, there's no cure. Just he kind of sighs and just releasing him from undeath. And he's like
Killing
kind
him.
of yes, and he kind of glances at his sister when he says it, who's like again like absentmindedly rubbing like the marks on her neck.
Her bed bug bites.
Yes.
Well, I heard once that if you kill the vampire that turns someone into a vampire, then it cures the other vampire.
But I heard that it kills them all.
Maybe that's what I heard.
I heard that vampires are dangerous to people and should be killed. So either way, I don't think that that's a problem. Like, we go and we bury your dad. Sorry. And then we go down to the basement. We have a look, sort of poke at him. If he's a vampire, we try to remove the curse. If it doesn't work, seems pretty straightforward to me.
Do you think a scroll such as this, and I hand the scroll to him, would work for something like what we're trying?
He looks it over. I guess it depends, honestly, what's wrong with him. If he is truly, if he has been turned, I don't believe this would help. But if Strahd has cursed him with some sort of madness or something, then it may.
Well, then we don't bother trying. We just kill him.
Well, we need to see what is afflicting him first. We must be sure.
Hey, Mondo.
Yeah.
So, Percy's favorite enemy is the undead.
Mm-hmm.
Would I know anything about vampires?
Yeah. How's that work in game mechanics? Do you get like an advantage on like a knowledge check on them or something, or?
Let me pull up my character sheet and find out.
Sure.
Advantage on wisdom survival checks to track, as well as on intelligence checks to recall information.
So go ahead and give me an intelligence check. You can use history if you have it, if you have some proficiency with it.
Um,
Yeah, so you know basic things about vampires, definitely. Like you know what they are, you know what they do. You know they drink blood. You know that they will make other vampires.
so, does it sound like this Doru kid might be a vampire?
I would say it sounds like it's possible, but without like examining this kid to be sure. I mean, maybe he has just been driven mad. I mean, he's just yelling stuff up through the floor after all.
Well,
But
yeah, that's true.
yeah, but I mean, like, it's definitely a possibility. It's definitely something that a vampire could have done to a person and made him a vampire spawn.
I am going to point out to the rest of the group that typically vampires are not well known for their shouting.
Well, let's get some rest, and tomorrow we'll hold this ceremony for your deceased father, and then we will examine Doru, determine what really is affecting him. I pray that we can help him, and help you too. Look to Irina.
Thank you. As do I. Yeah, so they've cleaned up a couple of rooms for you guys. Like, so there's places, comfortable places for you to sleep. They're clean.
Do they have a nice soft chair that I could set up my tent on?
Absolutely, they do.
then I will set up my tiny tent on the nice soft chair.
Okay.
Adorable.
Yeah, it is.
Dude, once we get a bag of holding, we should get a little dollhouse for you that we can like carry around. So you can have your own little home.
A true tiny home. I mean, I'm halfway envisioning it like the old Tom and Jerry cartoons, really. Like he sleeps in a can of sardines that's half unrolled, and
Okay, sleep.
Okay.
Z.
All right. Yeah. So you guys, you managed to go to sleep. Are you doing anything in particular throughout the night?
I mean, I'll kind of wake up every hour and just sort of do rounds of people rest, but just like,
Go to sleep, Seth.
shut up.
All right. Yeah. So the night passes without any sort of no trouble. No trouble throughout the night. And you guys wake up very early. And yeah, Irina and Ismark are already up. They have their father's coffin all ready to go.
All right, I'll go around to one of the front end. Help carry it. Thomas.
Yep, I'm coming.
I would like to sort of look, not making it really obvious, but kind of look everybody over for bedbug bite.
Sure. Give me a perception check. Everybody appears to be free from bed bugs.
Excellent.
All right, you guys bring the you carry the coffin through the streets, or was there talk of like getting a horse and a cart? Did that happen?
We did not do
Yeah.
that.
No, because prices were crazy.
Yes, they were. Prices were crazy.
Were we still going with the plan where we carry the coffin and tell everyone that Irina was in?
I don't think so. I think we're just carrying it.
I mean, not like stopping door to door, knocking, be like, see that coffin? Irina's in.
Like, we would have to fit her in there with her dead father.
I thought we were gonna just try and sneak her into the church.
She is wearing a hooded cloak, and she's got the hood pulled over her head, trying to hide her face in case anyone's looking.
I mean, how weird would it be for her to wear her dad's clothes to the graveyard?
If she was taller and much thinner, she would probably look a little ridiculous.
All right.
I think that would just be
Well-
weird, even if they fit, though.
Well, how about this? How about we dress her up in like, I've got spare clothes. We're pretty similar in terms of height. They'd be a bit baggy on her, and then we kind of just make her look like she's like one of the newbies with us.
Right? Like, I've got some extra clothes, too.
Yeah, you could put them on a pinky.
And we have human-sized boots.
Yes,
we do have spare human boots. It's true.
He's stomping around in them, standing underneath the coffin, like kind of holding it up.
Okay, well, maybe not spare. You have to ask him for it, but it's an option.
Percy will take one into the coffin, flying with it.
Okay.
I mean, lifting that, taking that whole 2 or 3 pounds off of the rest.
Thanks, Percy.
Okay, you
So what?
guys do get to the church.
Okay, great.
Yeah, nobody has stopped you. Again, it's very early in the morning. There may have been a couple of people who kind of glanced over from like like a side street or down an alley or something, but nobody approached and asked like what you guys were up to or anything, or like, oh, who's in the box? Yeah, nothing like that happened.
I do my best to like scowl at anyone who's paying attention as well, so they turn away.
Okay. Yeah, most of them do. Most of them turn away. Some of them like turn away like a little shocked or something, or some of them just kind of shrug and just like wander off. But yeah, you do make it to the church. It's not as messy as it looks in the map there. He did as he said he was going to do. He did clean it up a bit. Yeah, so he's there. He's straightened up a bit. I mean, some of these pews are still broken, of course, but he's like kind of swept up some of this rubble. And hello, Damien. Hello, Ismark, Irina. I'm sorry about your father. We'll hold a small service and we'll get him laid to rest. Hello, everyone. I'm everyone I haven't met yet. I'm Father Donovich.
Hello, Father. I'm Thomas.
Hello, Thomas. It's good to meet you.
Where is there like a where are we taking the body? Like, are we taking it to the graveyard? Are we taking it to the altar? Like,
Yeah, there's
where do you
a
go?
well for now we'll if you'll just place the coffin on the altar and I'll say some words
Okay.
and then we'll take him out back and lay him to rest.
Okay. So I do that. Kind of awkwardly, like shuffle off to the side.
Mm-hmm.
I'll stand next to him as he's conducting his search.
Yeah, so he does. He starts praying, asking the Morning Lord to please accept their Burgermeister into the light of into the light of their arms and away from Barovia. Accept him into the sunlight. Irina and Ismark, they got some tears going on, but they're remaining kind of stoic.
I'm gonna put my hands behind my back and pull a dagger, and I'm gonna cut my hand open a little bit and like squeeze to let some blood drop out. Just because I'm curious to see what will happen.
Okay. Oh boy, that's fun. Let me see. So, like, you're squeezing it onto the floor, or
Yeah.
okay?
I mean, I'm standing at the back of the room, so like
Mm-hmm.
hopefully nobody notices, but I just wanted to know what happened.
Sure. At this moment, nothing has happened.
All right. Well, I'll let it keep bleeding.
Okay.
Just oh well, this is all.
All right. So after the prayers are said, Father Donovich says, "All right, we'll bring him to the graveyard now. For some reason, there are no doors in the back of the church, so we'll be taking him back out the front and around." um, Speaking of architecture, did you know that the Death House? Here's a quick little fun aside for you. Is based on one of the Vanderbilt mansions in New York.
Huh.
Really?
Yep, looks just like it.
Huh.
Including the swinging saw blades when we try to leave.
Possibly. The Vanderbilts were weird.
What about the shambling mound in the basement?
Absolutely. It's made out of leftover
Poor people.
leftover Vanderbilt Gloria Vanderbilt jeans. And poor people. Poor people who were enticed into the mound by the offer of free Gloria Vanderbilt jeans.
So the Vanderbilt family related to the same Amy Vanderbilt that wrote the etiquette books with Emily.
Do not know.
Last name is spelled different, right? Yeah.
We have teleported outside.
Yes, I've popped you out into the yard.
Oh no, its name is spelled the same. Never mind.
So,
Are there
go ahead.
are there any like is there anything that's like an entrance to the basement anywhere that I can see out here?
No, not that you can see out here.
All right, fine. I'll wipe my hands on my pants.
Ismark starts to dig. He starts to dig a grave for his father.
I'll help.
He nods his thanks to you. The earth is pretty easy to dig up, and before too long, you guys have dug a decent sized hole. Irina helps as well.
How big is the cemetery? Like, how many plots does it look like?
What a great question that I have no answer for. I will take you back to the village map real quick here, and I'll actually move the torch into the graveyard. So it's rather large.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's quite a few like plots, little mausoleums, little tombs, such as.
Are
Yeah.
there like dates listed or anything? Like, what's the oldest date I see in comparison to any that look more current?
Yeah, the dates seem to range from looking at one of the newer tombstones, which is like dated. Let's go ahead and call it 925. There are some really old ones that are dated like 112.
Okay.
So it seems to, but even the aged ones don't look as old as you would expect after 800 years. It's either they've been replaced or they're just kept up really really well.
Brigadoon.
Or you're Brigadoon. Does it give you a lot of details about the cemetery anywhere in these notes? I don't remember seeing any, but let me make sure in case there is something that maybe you guys might want to know. No, just that yeah, just that there's just that there's a cemetery back there.
Okay.
So during the burial, Donovich offers some more prayers to the Morning Lord. Please release Kolyan Indirovich from Barovia, etc. Thank you, Morning Lord. And the grave is filled in. So Donovich turns to Ismark and glances at the rest of you and says, "Yes, it's you should take Irina as far from the castle as possible now that your father has moved on and hopefully has found himself in a better place. Um, I mean, I know you have interest in taking her to Valaki. It is fortified. Um, I also think perhaps maybe you should instead take her to the Abbey of Saint Markovia in Kresk. But regardless, you should get her out of Barovia as soon as possible."
Abbey of Saint Macovia in where?
Kresk. Krezk.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. But isn't there something you need us to have a look at?
You want to look at me?
It's about your son.
Oh,
Yeah, Percy just blurts out, "It's about your son in the basement who might be a vampire."
no, he's just been driven. He's just been driven mad. He says, "Yes, let's go back around." Let's go back around to the front of the church, where the only other door is. No back door to the cemetery. I don't understand. Am I missing some of you? Or did I drop some of you inside the house here? I may have dropped some of you inside the house. Oh no, I just didn't pick you up. Oh, I see what I did. Never mind. Okay. All right. So you guys have come back around from the cemetery after laying him to rest. When suddenly there is a strong, strange mist fills the area. It just rises up out of nowhere. Out of the mist comes a huge swarm of bats, flying directly at you, passing through you, like scattering around. Finnan is like trying to bat them out of his hair and his beard. Irina like kind of tries to duck, and she just she lets out a small cry. Ismark also lets out a cry as these bats
I pull out my longbow and I start shooting at some of them.
Okay, that happens.
Yep.
Do you actually want to shoot at some?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'd miss, but I'll just keep trying.
Sure.
Yeah, I will as well.
Out of the mist, though, I said out of the mist, you hear a growl. Oh, for fuck's sake. And a bunch of wolves come walking out of the mist. Walking behind the wolves is this gentleman.
I put my longbow away and I pull out my great axe.
Donovich, like, he blesses himself, like, however it is, like, you bless yourself for the morning, Lord. He puts his hand to his forehead and, like, wiggles his fingers, or some such. Ismark spits out a curse and he pulls his longsword. And as these wolves start to advance, this tall, handsome gentleman looks towards Irina, and he says, "Tatiana, come." And he pulls his hand. He puts his hand out, gesturing for her to join him. And she starts to walk towards him. She looks mesmerized.
I stop her.
Okay.
Just hold her back.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that. But I would also like everyone to roll
Yep.
initiative.
Don't forget, guys, Care Bear Stare.
I actually like freaking out. Like I didn't think we were gonna see him this.
So what do you guys want to do for your next?
I was gonna say. Doesn't this just mean we're all dead?
So if we all die here, that means that friendship is magic doesn't work. So let's all do evil again.
But evil is
We'll just
winning.
keep going back. We'll keep going back and forth between evil and good.
Well, or the evil ones could at least like be like evil, but like Suicide Squad, like committed to each other. You know what I mean? Like some sort of like fuck everybody else, but we're okay. Just to make sure we don't do a TPK. A self TPK, I think, is not the goal.
That would never happen. We never TPK each other.
Crad, I have given you control of Finnan's character sheet.
Okay.
God.
Yeah, I think it's evil win. Evil will always win because good is dumb.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, I also don't know not about that, but...
It's from Spaceballs, man.
Oh, you know how long it's been since I've seen Spaceballs? It means I really need to see Spaceballs again, like, and soon.
Just
I'm
like
gonna
put this
guess, like-
song on repeat though, and like it'll be our theme song, and we're not gonna die. Everything's gonna be fine.
Oh yeah, speaking of songs, let me change up the music a little for this new...
No, I'm only
Oh,
listening.
I
Right.
forgot to load up
Invincible.
Sirens.
No, same.
No, I'm only listening to Invincible. It's Tool or it's nothing.
You like that? I've heard that's the worst song on the new album.
Are you
He's
kidding? I
telling
fucking
you, like,
love
you-
this song.
Okay.
Well, look, I love it. Other people might not. I've been really enjoying the album, and
There
this is
you
one
go.
of my faves.
Nice. I don't think it's any anima, but it's all
Well,
right.
that's I think that's okay, right? Like nothing. And for me, right, anima was no lateralis. I don't think that there's anything wrong with them continuing to try to make good art, even if it doesn't. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like I would rather Harper Lee had actually written another book that was good, that she tried while she was working, rather than just To Kill a Mockingbird and nothing else.
Finnan, speaking of killing a mockingbird, you have initiative.
Wowie zowie is what he would say. And then, he would probably move up next to Sash,
Okay.
and then he would probably hold his action until one of these spooky wolves
Mm-hmm.
gets right here or right here.
Sure.
And then he would love to stab it. That'll be his turn.
Sure. All right. Yeah, this wolf absolutely comes charging up at Sash.
Bring it, bitch.
Yeah, it's gonna bring it. It tries
It
to
hits
bite
me.
you.
It does bite me.
Ooh, for 8 points of
Um,
piercing damage. It bit hard.
That's fine.
And give me a DC 11. Yeah, you're good. This wolf runs up here to do the same thing. Finnan.
I would love to try and stab.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
is it
you do.
23.
Yep.
Cool.
Oh, damn. What does that look like?
Oh wow.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So he's still in his human-sized boots. So as it comes up, he kicks it in the leg really quick, so that it goes onto its front knee, and then stabs it in its.
Okay, excellent.
I'm nervous about Strahd. Oh, he didn't skip his turn. He just.
No.
That's fine. Great. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah, he just looks at Irina and calls her Tatiana again. He's like, Tatiana, come to me. And she needs to make a saving throw. Wisdom. She starts walking towards him. Thomas, you said you were trying to stop her. Are you continuing to? Okay.
Yeah.
If you'd like, I can count that as like a readied action as well, and you can try and grapple her with advantage since she's not paying attention to you.
Sure.
Mm.
Actually, wait. Can acrobatics... I know it can be used to escape grapple. I don't know if it can be used to engage. I forget.
Well, the 18 is going to work. You can't use it to actually do the grappling, but that 18 is good enough, like, regardless of what the rest of your... You don't have, like, a big minus, do you?
No, it's still... It's a 0 for athletics.
Okay. Yeah, so you've grabbed her.
Yep.
And Strahd just curses me. He's just like, this is none of your concern. And it will be Ismark's
spoiled again.
Ismark curses and runs at Strahd.
Oh, you stupid person.
Yeah, he is kind of dumb. All right, he's gonna stop there. He's just gonna he's gonna hold his he's gonna ready an action with his longsword. So if Strahd comes any closer to his sister, he's going to try to attack him, or he's gonna rush forward if Strahd doesn't move. Like that's not his action. That's just like that's what he'll do on his next turn. Okay, that's what Ismark does. This wolf takes an opportunity to run at Ismark. And will attempt to bite him. It does. Ismark takes 8 points of damage. He curses as the wolf bites him and possibly knocks him down. No, he's good. That will end that wolf's turn. Percy!
So I would like to point out that there's been a lot of cursing happening in this Curse of Strahd.
Yep.
Alright, so I'm going to bonus action Hunter's Mark this wolf. Nope, actually this wolf right here, the big
Sure, the big one.
Because it has not acted yet,
Mm-hmm.
I get advantage on my attack.
Awesome.
So I am going to fire an arrow at Will a 15 hit?
Yeah, a 15 will hit it. I'm going to put that mark on it, too. I want to put the hunter's mark. There we go. Boom. Okay. So it takes 13 points of piercing damage. And seems to be very angry. I'm going to turn this down on my end. This is loud.
Going to attack the one in front of me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that definitely hits. For 7 points of slashing damage.
And then if I try to use a range attack when something's engaged in melee with me, I have disadvantage, right?
Yeah, if you
Like
do
if I were to try and... Okay, well then that's what I do then. That is my turn.
Okay.
But this thing is now marked, so if it attacks something other than me, it has disadvantage.
Okay. There we go. Okay. Thomas.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the butt of my sword and slam it into Irina's head, trying to knock her prone, subdue.
Nice.
Sure. Yeah, that hits her. You hit her upside the head pretty hard. She cries out. She does not go down unconscious.
Great. Then I'll use a key point to do flurry of blows.
Okay.
I mean, this isn't a bad idea right now.
No, it's not.
It's a great idea.
Yeah.
Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
Okay. Yeah, she falls unconscious easily.
Okay, good. I'll just wait there then.
Let's make her unconscious. There we go. Okay. Damien.
So I see all of that happen, then him being like, this does not concern you. So then I'll yell back at him, this does concern us. She is not yours to take. And, except I'm yelling it, but I don't want to yell right now because it's a little bit late.
Sure.
And we'll, as an action, do the Radiant Soul thingamajig.
Okay.
So we'll have two glowing, like, flaming wings come out our back a little bit. And, how far can I cast this? Let me look real quick. Okay, cool. So we will just, like, fly up about 20 feet or so in the air.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to, point at, Evil Man over there.
Sure.
And as our bonus action, we would love to summon a spiritual weapon, which is a flaming sickle, except it's even more flamey now, because I'm all radiant soulified.
Mm-hmm.
Let me try and do that. Does a 17 hit him?
It does.
Cool. He's going to take 10 force damage and 3 radiant damage.
Okay. As your spiritual weapon hits him, like he kind of like snarls, and you see like a strange red glimmer around him.
Okay.
That's all I have to report about that. But you said you were 20 feet up in the air, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's our turn.
All right. Okay, this direwolf is going to attack. It's going to attack Ismark, but it gives Percy a look. It bites Ismark for 5 points of piercing damage. Not too great, but Ismark's got to make a strength saving throw or be knocked prone. Ismark is knocked prone. He cries out, "I am prone!"
That's what you get for charging forward.
And that will end the. I believe that ends the direwolf's turn. Yeah, it just gets one. Okay.
Does he cares about that as well?
He does not. Okay. This wolf is going to run up on Finnan and attempt to bite him.
That'll bite him.
Yep. 4 points of piercing damage, and I need a strength save. Mm-mm.
Man, those human shoes.
Yep.
I know.
He trips over his human shoes and falls. No, not the wolf. There we go. He is knocked prone.
He's so prone.
Irina is unconscious. We'll just take her out of the order altogether. This wolf is going to attack Ismark, who is prone. So it's going to have advantage on the bite. And it still will not hit. Ismark is able to get his sword up in time to ward off the tasty wolf bite. And that'll bring us to the top of the order. Finnan, you are down.
Finnan's gonna stand up in his human boot. So he's got 10 feet of movement?
His move's 25, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess he's probably got 10 feet of movement, yeah.
Okay. So he'll stand up,
Mm-hmm.
and then he'll be like, oh boy, I've always wanted to kill one of the big ones. And then
Okay.
he'll use his bonus action to disengage,
Okay,
go right, and try and stab the big one.
sure.
There we go. Does a 14 hit?
It does.
Do I still get that sneak attack? Because even if he's prone, he's next to the guy?
Yep.
Neato.
For 12 piercing damage. The wolf curses.
Everybody's cursing.
It does it in wolf.
Nice. That's his turn.
Okay. Alright, this wolf here is going to try to bite Sash again.
Misses.
Yeah, it does. And then Mr. Strahd, to his friends and neighbors. Mr. Strahd looks at Floaty Boy up in the air there. And he's going to point at you and try to shoot you with a ray of frost.
That'll hit.
Yep, for 12 points of cold damage. And I believe your movement is halved?
I think it's reduced by 10.
That's the other thing it could be, yeah. Yep, reduced by 10 feet until the start of your next turn.
Okay. Owie.
Let's put a little snowflake on you until the start of your next turn.
I am a special snowflake.
There we go. Okay. And then he says something along the lines of exactly, all of you will pay for your insolence. And then he ends his turn. He's like, but I'm ending my turn now. Okay, Ismark. He is going to, he's going to stand up. And he's going to slash immediately at the direwolf. When I said immediately, yeah, there we go. Thank you. He hits the direwolf for 8 points of slashing damage. Does he get, like, yeah, he gets a second one. He then slashes at it again, hitting it again for 5 more points of slashing damage. It tears into the wolf's throat, making it a wolf dead.
Oh, he's not useless like I thought.
Finon's like, oh, I wanted it.
So yeah, Percy did too, man.
He then faces off the wolf in front of him and just glares at Strahd. The wolf that he's not facing off against, the wolf that he's not like staring down, tries to bite him and knock him down again. It misses. Percy, you could always shoot his mark for stealing your kill. You can also move your hunter's mark.
I can. Which wolf has been injured? Yeah, or hit? Yeah.
The wolf in front of Sash has definitely been injured. And that, I believe, is the only... That's the only living wolf that has been injured.
All right. Strahd has not been injured.
He looks fine. I mean, he did get hit with a spiritual weapon, but aside from growling and there was like some sort of like red shimmer, you know.
Right. All right. You know what? I'm gonna hang on just a second.
Mm-hmm.
What I am going to do is take a shot at the wolf in front of Seth.
Okay. You moving your hunter's mark to that wolf?
I am not.
Okay.
I don't think I'll need it.
That
Because
will
I have
hit.
Colossus Slayer.
Despite being a normal-sized wolf, your Colossal Slayer does indeed enable you to kill that wolf. What's that look like?
So it missed Sash last time I tried to bite her, right?
Yeah.
So as it opens its mouth to snap at her, I just like launch an arrow right down its throat. And because I'm that good of an archer with a 29 on my roll, I hit it right in the uvula.
Okay.
Assuming wolves have uvulas.
They do now. If they didn't before, this one does.
And then I will move my hunter's mark to that one.
Groovy.
And end my turn.
Okay. Sash.
All right. I'm going to throw a hand axe at Count Douche.
Sure.
That's not the right one. That's the right one. Probably doesn't hit anyway. And the modifier is the same, so it doesn't matter, but it misses.
Yeah, it does not. It does not hit him.
That is very annoying. Anyway, I then go over to this wolf here and get up, and that's my turn.
Okay. Thomas.
Get over here. Take a hit.
Yep, that hits for 5 slashing damage.
That's disappointing. I'll do a flurry of...
Yeah, so now... I should have fixed all the character sheets this past week. I've been a little preoccupied. We'll just stick with things the way they are for now. Yeah, so 9 points of additional bludgeoning damage to the wolf on top of the 5 you did before. What does that look like?
I just see like Sash getting right up there, and I run over right at the same time, and just hit with my sword, punch it once, grin at Sash, see if she looks annoyed, and then I'll just run back to stay near Irina.
Okay. Damien.
Damien is going to use his bonus action to try and slash that flaming sickle in the air at Big Evil Man.
Sure.
Does a crit hit?
It does.
Ooh.
So that's 16.
Yes, sir.
There is a brighter red shimmer around Strahd as your spiritual weapon strikes at him. And he definitely snarls at you even louder.
Mm-hmm. And then, as our action, we're going to spend a sorcery so we can twin spell a guiding bolt. First one is going to...
Okay.
Where is that? There it is. I don't think an 8's going to hit, though.
It will not.
That's okay. The other one is going to go at this wolfie.
Okay. Nice.
Yippee.
Yeah, that hits. For sure.
Cool.
What does it look like when you...
That old wolfie gets disintegrated by a guiding bolt of light that slams right into it and turns it to ash.
Oh, see.
Kind of like the ash that the wizard fellow got turned into. At least that's what Damien thinks.
Right. Yeah, let me put him... Okay, I like that better, so... There we go.
Nice. And then Damien realizes in his mind's eye, though, that that big evil fella over there fucked him up real good. So he is going to coward his way best he can.
Sure.
He can move 20 feet. So he's flying 20 feet in the air, but over behind like the top of the church now.
Is that your fly speed? Because, I mean, at the start of your turn, you were no longer slowed.
How does it work then? That seems weird.
Should be at the start of his turn of Strahd's turn.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Right?
But even then, Strahd had his turn, didn't he? Or no?
No.
No. Let me look at it again really quick. Oh, you know... Alright, I was reading it from a different point of view. Yeah, the start of your next turn. Your next turn not being you who are affected, yeah, that would be Strahd's next
Okay.
turn. Yeah, so... You were right.
So-
Thank you.
No problem. We spin the staff around, one whiffs, but then the other one is a direct hit on that other wolf, and then we fly over here.
Okay.
That's our turn.
Alright. This wolf again attempts to bite Ismark. Hitting him for 9 points of piercing damage, possibly knocking him down. I forgot I had this other thing. So much easier. Yeah, he's prone again. He's knocked back down by this wolf. And the wolf ends its turn. It will be Finnan's turn.
Finnan.
Yeah, Finnan's not prone anymore. My bad.
No, he's not. Should be good.
There we
He's going to move 10, 15 feet right here
go. Mhm.
and try and stab that wolf.
He does.
Cool.
Oh, dip. What did it look like?
It's about to go for Buddy Boy on the ground's throat, and then he stabs it in its neck as it's going for the chomp.
Sure.
And then he sees a big scary man over there.
Mhm.
He's like, looks down at Ismark and says, "Hey, you got this." And then he's going to move back, probably like as his bonus action, also to move all the way back here to dash, and that's his turn.
Mhm. Okay, yeah. So Strahd is like, he just smiles. He looks at you all. and says, "This will be interesting. You've meddled in my affairs. Next time we meet, I won't be so kind." And then he promptly vanishes into a mist and just like joins the rest of the mist that was around, which starts like clearing away as he leaves. He joins the rest of the mist.
I yell at the mist, "You don't scare me!"
And that will take us out of combat.
Alright, I immediately started looking to make sure Irene is okay.
Me as well.
Yeah, she appears to be alright.
I'm going to pull out a dagger and start skinning the dire wolf.
Sure.
I'm gonna fly into that one's mouth and pull my arrow out of its youth.
Sure.
Right, and I'll go pick up my hand axe. Thank you for the reminder.
Donovich is like on his knees. He has been praying this entire time. He's weeping and just praying. He's still doing all of those things.
I mean, that wasn't that bad. Maybe we could take him. He ran away just now. He must have been scared.
Yeah, he was scared of me.
I mean, you're pretty scary, Percy.
I killed a wolf.
You did. Do you want to see what's inside one?
Donovich is going to once he gathers himself, he also runs to check on Irina, and he casts Cure Wounds on her, giving her back 4 hit points. She is no longer unconscious, although she does have quite the bruise and a
Yeah.
knot on her head.
Are you okay, Irina?
I think so. She's like holding the big knot on her head.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, Ismark has also rushed over, but he looks at you all and he's just like, "Thank you so much for protecting my sister against him. I fear he was just testing you to see what you're capable of." I mean,
Yeah, we showed him.
he looks at Percy and he's like, he kind of looks at like everyone else, like a little more seriously, and is like, perhaps he was frightened of you, but I fear he was only seeing what you were capable of.
Maybe testing how rashly you would act?
Perhaps. He looks a little ashamed.
How badly does he look, as far as... Because he got hit a few times.
He looks okay. He's got some
Okay.
he's got some good bites on him, but like he's I wouldn't call him bloodied.
Okay.
Father Donovich just starts like crying and praying again. He's like, he's not on his knees, but he's just kind of like looking up to the sky, where there's like no blue, no sun, and he's just praying to the Morning Lord for the fact that nobody was badly hurt, and thank you for sparing everyone, etc. The Morning Lord. Oh, if only I were stronger.
Well, we should.
We can't stay here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I still think we could take him, but we should probably get Arena out of here. But why did he call you Tatiana?
Um, I don't know, but when he did it, it sounded familiar. Like maybe I've heard the name in a dream.
Mm. After those dreams, did you wake up with bed bug bites?
She touches the marks on her neck again, and she's just like, I believe so.
All right. Well, we still need to get you out of here because he's a creepy stalker who just also happens to have other things going on. But
Yes, you must
um,
take her far from here.
yeah. But we still need to check your son out, don't we?
I think that'd be wise.
Perhaps Strahd will come back. It may be best for you to leave now.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna start walking past him into the church
Okay.
with the dragging like a dead wolf, dire wolf pelt.
Oh, give me
On the...
give me a survival check.
Damn.
I mean, the pelt is just like you didn't do a really good job.
I'm gonna make rope out of it. It's
Okay.
gonna be great.
It
Dire
should, it
wolf
should
rope.
be good for rope. Yeah, you could probably
Yeah,
make
it's
some
gonna be
rope out of it.
really good rope. Have you ever had like jerky with hair on it? It's delicious. Anyway, I go into the church.
Okay.
I will fly after her.
Where's the downstairs?
Hang on. Don't go too far. Ismark and Irene are actually gonna go in here. They're gonna, he's taking care of his sister. You hear from behind this door right there, as you guys like step in, you can hear like a banging and like what sounds like a chain like rattling from behind that door.
Is the door locked?
Trying the door, you find it is not locked.
I open it. Hmm.
Yeah, so opening the door. So you see there's like a trap door in the floor and there's definitely a chain on it. So that's something.
So, Percy, I've always wondered, because you can get your entire hand into the keyhole. If you held your arm out straight and I used you like a lockpick, would that work?
It might.
Have you ever seen a lockpick?
No. But, like, you'll be able to feel the stuff inside the lock and, like, lift the things and, like, get the stuff out of the way, right? Is that how that works?
And you can hear anguished screams. Oh, no! I must come to him! I smell blood!
Hey,
Father, let me out!
I want to tell everybody to just hang tight for like 1 minute. And I would like to concentrate to see if any of my favorite enemies are present within 5 miles of. And it reveals which of my favorite enemies are present, their number, their general direction, and their distance. And, I'm hoping not 20 feet below me.
Yeah, definitely like right below you. And, let me read this whole thing really quick. Blah, 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 blah. Wow, that's so tricky. So, yeah, I mean, dude, there's like Give me a Constitution saving throw.
That doesn't sound good.
Okay, so you are completely like definitely there is something undead right beneath you. Dude, I can't even begin to tell you like how many undead are like within 5 miles of you. It's like there's a staggering amount of like undead.
Okay,
it has
so
blown your tiny mind.
Percy lands on the ground and sits cross-legged for and wrinkles his tiny brow. And then his eyes just pop open wide and his bottom lip starts to quiver. And he looks up at Sash and says, I think we should go home.
Oh, Percy, I want to, but we don't know how. Huh? Come over here, and I'll scoop Percy up in one hand.
I don't think this place is fun anymore.
The
Just
banging
stick close to
continues
us,
on the
okay?
on the trap door there. That banging is just like continuing.
What
Need
Oh,
did
to
by the
you?
way, he's definitely a vampire. There's a
Okay,
vampire
that's
right underneath us.
yeah, but like, is that why it's not fun anymore? What's wrong?
I tried to sense undead, and they're everywhere.
So okay, so there's one underneath us. Is there any more in the church, like, or in the graveyard?
No.
Like,
No,
okay, okay, so there's just one here with
it's
all
just
of us.
one close, but then everywhere around us is full of undead.
There
Yeah.
were plenty back in the village as well.
Oh wow, yeah, I will make a point to mention that.
Okay. Well, look, we'll deal with the one underneath, and then we'll get out of here right away and get out and just we'll
Did you
figure it
say
out.
plenty or 20?
Plenty.
Plenty.
Like plenty like a dozen or plenty like 100?
Plenty like more than 20. I don't know if it would be quite 100. I would need to like roll random encounters on a whole bunch of houses, but let's just say definitely more than 20.
Holy shit.
We'll just deal with the one underneath us, and then we'll get right out of here, okay? And we'll figure out. I don't want to be here either, so we'll figure something out, okay?
There's just so many.
I know. You stay here, and I'll curl my arm around so you can kind of like tuck in and feel kind of protected.
Father, let me out! I can smell their blood!
Okay,
So hungry, Father! Let me go to him!
he's definitely not. He's definitely not crazy. He's also not really
But he's never
safe.
tried to bite me. I'm telling you, he's just gone mad.
All right, I'm gonna fly over to him and like land on his shoulder, and assuming he doesn't swat me away,
He doesn't.
I will pat him soothingly and explain that, you know, as a ranger, I have the ability to sense the presence of the undead, and that there is totally one in the basement.
But you said they were all around. Maybe your senses were confused, little one.
I'm afraid not. I'm sorry. I didn't want it to be true, but it is.
No, he can still be saved. I heard that if you kill the head vampire, that the others are released from the curse. Haven't you ever heard that?
Was it Damien that said that they all died?
Thomas.
Thomas. I look at Thomas and I'm like, see?
Yeah, maybe.
But Listen,
We really know? Like, I've never read a
I-
book that says for sure.
All right, I want to try and persuade him that the thing in the basement may look like his son, but it's not his.
Sure, go ahead and what are you saying to him? Like how are you putting it to him?
What's his name? Donovich?
Donovich.
Okay, so I will continue patting him soothingly as best I can. And I'll say, like, Donovich, I understand that you miss your son and you care for him very much,
I do.
but you have to understand that what's in the basement is not your son anymore. It's your son is dead.
No.
And I'm sorry, but I don't think he can really rest until the evil that has inhabited his body is defeated. And the best thing you could possibly do for him is to let him go.
He just lets out a wrenching sob and he runs from the room and to the altar where he starts like possibly praying. You can't tell through the sobs, but
well, that
he's
sounds like
probably
yes. I'm
praying.
gonna break the lock open.
Do you want me to try and reach in and pick it?
It's up to you, man. I thought it would be funny.
I'll try. I mean, I don't have any proficiency with lockpicking. What can I roll a sleight of hand for that?
Yeah, you could try. That's like
I am
really good. Like you kind of like feel. You don't do it, but like you can feel the mechanism, and you feel like if you just had like a little more leverage or something, like maybe you could have gotten it.
if I what now?
Had like a little more leverage or something, like maybe you could have gotten it.
Oh,
All right. So on the list of things to do is to get you a tiny crowbar, and then I try to break the lock open.
I mean, you can give me a regular crowbar,
God damn
and
it.
Yeah, so you
I
try
can make it tiny.
you try hitting the lock, but the lock appears to be like too good of a lock. Does Finnan have
Wait.
these tools?
Did you say that if I give you a regular crowbar, you can make it tiny? Percy?
He can shrink things.
Yeah.
What? That's so cool. Oh wow. Okay. I'm gonna take. This is just too funny. I'm sorry. I don't care if Finn has it. I'm gonna take my belt off and like break off the little tongue bit thing that goes in the holy hole, and
Mhm.
hand it to. Can you use that?
I guess I could try.
You could definitely try.
If you need a fulcrum, I'll hold my finger in front of the lock, and you can like brace on it.
I don't think I'll roll that good again.
I don't know. Look, dude, this is working.
It's you roll pretty good. You think that if you had more of an understanding of how locks like worked, like on the inside, like
Can I poke my head in there and just look at it for a while?
it's probably unless you shrank your head, I'd say the keyhole's probably too big for your head.
Okay.
All right, now I'm out of funny ideas. Does anybody have any other idea?
Percy could try and break the lock.
Go for it. That's another funny idea. While he's trying that, do anybody else have an idea?
I'm going to, as he's trying that, I'm going to go over to.
I wish someone could inspire me with advantage now.
I do not have that on me,
I have a
unfortunately.
card.
Oh, wait a second. Let me, before I forget, all of you get an inspiration card for facing off with Strahd there. So that's something.
Cool.
I don't know if you
What
want
was
to
your
use it
plan,
for like getting this lock, but
No, I'm not going to. Damien, what was your idea? What were you going to do?
I was just gonna go over to Father Donovich
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
and put
You
my
probably can't
hand on
see
his
that.
shoulder as he's sobbing and praying. What's the hell, yeah?
I got a
Oh, you got a thing.
the
But
use advantage for the skill check or saving throw.
But
I
what
mean,
do you
do you
say to
want
the
to use
father?
it?
No,
Do
no.
you...
What do you say to the father? You've already walked over.
Okay. So I'll put my hand on his shoulder and say, "Please, we require the key to confront whatever's down there. Like Percy said, that thing is no longer your son, and to deny his soul the embrace of the Morning Lord, it would be unjust of you. It would be unjust of us all."
I don't have the key. I've lost it long ago, over a month ago. I can't find it anywhere. Sobbing and praying and sobbing and praying, and I don't even have the key. How can I lose the key where my own son is? And snot coming out of his nose and stuff. Use a card.
Game and tell me if a 19 would let me like reach down and grab the chain and like pop a link on it or something.
Yeah, I would probably play it like, you broke something in the lock mechanism or something. But yeah, definitely.
I mean, it would be so much cooler if I just like landed and grabbed it and popped the link open.
That's fine too. Yeah.
All right, yeah. So I'll play the card. I'll
Okay.
land. I'll grab the chain in my hugely strong arms and snap.
Okay. Yeah, you snap a off the chain. You snap a link off the chain.
And I'll look up at Sash and smile
Ash,
very wide. Sash
thank you.
and look very smug.
Well done. I yank the door open and I jump in.
Give me a strength check. As you try to yank the door open, you realize it's very swollen and kind of stuck in the frame.
Ah,
Oh my
balls.
goodness, yeah.
Well, that's the same number.
It's pretty stuck.
Motherfucker.
Can I help her?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go up to
Oh,
Father
Just
Donovich.
take the
If
first one.
You guys are yanking on this door. You just popped a link off that chain. You just broke this link. It may have taken all of your strength because you're just like tugging on this stuck wooden trap door.
what were you feeding your son before you lost the key?
Nothing. I lost the key, so I couldn't even put any food down there. Nothing. He touched any of the
What
food
did-
that I would leave him.
Okay, what did you leave him before?
The chicken. Rat on a stick. Bread, cheese, but he didn't touch any of it. He wouldn't eat any of it. Oh, my son, my son. Once you back into the small room, like once you guys like pop the chain and stuff and are trying the door, it's like the bangs and stuff have stopped. Like the banging on the door has stopped. Okay, but yeah, so chicken and cheese and things, he wouldn't touch any of them, and I haven't been able to feed him in a month. Not that he eats anything.
I'm gonna like get down and like lift with your legs, Sash. Gotta remember to lift with your legs. And I'll grab a thing and I'll race and I'll.
And with Percy helping you, you'd have advantage on that. You'll have advantage on that.
What the hell?
Well, with that advantage, no, that's good enough. Like, yeah, you force it open. It pops open with a loud pop.
And then I
a
jump
noise
in.
unlike a door would ever make, really. But
And then I jump in.
okay,
I
I'm
pull out my
right
great axe
behind.
when I land.
I'm gonna come back with Thomas, like probably muttering some small prayer to Belanus
Oh, hang
that
on a
you
second.
do.
Don't go nowhere.
Not going anywhere.
No, not you. Well, you too, but I accidentally closed accidentally closed roll 20. So I gotta open it back up so I can. Okay, put you down at the. There we go. Yeah, so you guys would be like here on these stairs. All right, so you were saying, Damien?
I would just be walking back with Thomas to meet with the rest of the group, probably muttering some small prayer to Belenas that you do whenever you're about to undergo some really intense challenge or something.
Sure.
Do you think we can leave Irina here?
Ismark says, I'll keep an eye on her. Call me if you need my help.
Keep an eye on her this time for real.
I will.
And then I'll go.
And she's trying to console. Father Donovich. Finnan is going as well, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I'm gonna stomp down here in my big human boots. So you guys aren't on the floor there. You're like, just like those are near the stairs. Okay, so yeah, so you guys like go down into this like this crazy looking basement area. Let me describe it to you. Let me pull up the description again since I closed my stupid roll 20. Yeah, so it's all these rough-hewn walls, and the floor is made out of damp clay and earth. There are rotted wooden pillars straining under the weight of the wooden ceiling. And you can see some candlelight coming from the chapel above through the cracks in the wall. And you see this gaunt shape in the far corner. And he says, no, I can smell you. That's what he looks like.
Yeah, he's not a vampire.
And he says, I can smell your blood. And he starts rushing forward to attack. So let's go do this thing again.
So are we like on the stairs or whatever?
Yeah, or like in the room, but like right by the trap door. So I mean, we can put you here, him there, whatever order you want to be going down the into the room in. And you can all roll initiative, and I'll start some new.
How am I rolling like such balls?
Like the entire, like all 3 sessions, my initiatives have been terrible.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so yeah, so he says that thing about being able to smell your blood. I'm so hungry! And he comes rushing forward. He rushes forward 30 feet, stopping there. He's still coming, but that's just like, he didn't dash. He's just coming at you, looking all spooky and stuff. That will end his turn. Percy.
All right, so it hasn't been an hour since we fought the wolves.
No, it is not, no.
Then I am going to use my bonus action to move my hunter's mark to this van.
Sure.
And I will fly over here to clear the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
And I will attack him with an arrow.
Okay.
Does an 18 hit?
The 18 does hit.
And then he takes 13 points of damage.
It appears to have no effect on him.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, your what did we silver for your? Did we silver your arrows? We did.
They did. They did. That was a silver arrow.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Well, that's
Balls.
pretty much it for me then.
Thomas.
Alright, yeah. Let's see.
No, wait, no, my apologies, hang on. The arrow does have an effect on it, it's not as much of an effect as you would have liked. My bad, dudes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, my bad. Alright. For a second, it looked like it had no effect, but then you were like, oh wait, no, it kind of does. That will miss.
Well,
He, like-
that's annoying.
He ducks under it, but he also slashes at you with his claws when you approach into melee range.
Ooh,
Does a 17 hit you?
you ready? Yes.
He hits you for 10 slashing damage.
Ow. Okay. Then I'm gonna go hide over here.
Okay. Finnan.
So Finnan has to run down the steps 10, 20, 25. He'll use his bonus action probably. And then to get right there. And then he's going to use his once a friend gets within 5 feet of this guy, he would love to try and make an attack against him. That's his ready to action.
Alright. Sash.
I run up to the guy
Go ahead, Finnan.
and Finnan attacks.
Mm-hmm. Does a 16 hit?
Yep.
It was silvered, right? He silvered the
Yeah.
3 weapons. Yeah, okay, cool. Or was it 4?
3
We
and
got-
then some of Percy's arrows, because
Okay,
they're
great.
basically like
Cool,
two.
cool. Gotcha. $17.
You stab him with your rapier. It doesn't appear to do as much damage as you would have liked it to have done, but it does hurt him. He cries out in pain.
Okay.
Sash.
I attack him with my great axe,
Mhm.
which is silver.
Yeah, that misses.
God
He
fucking
ducks
damn it!
underneath.
You piece of shit balls are.
No,
Oh,
no.
I'm
no,
gonna use one of mine. One of mine.
Oh
I
my
already-
goodness. How many?
I already used mine. I already
Hold
used
on.
mine. Take yours
Alright.
back.
Are we doing those new rules, or did we not put them into effect with flanking and getting +2?
We haven't put them into effect yet. We can put the +2 into. We can put the +2 into effect. That's easy enough. The crit thing, we'd have to modify stuff, or I'd have to look at things too hard. So we'll do that next time.
Sash can keep hers. I played mine.
Can you give me back that one of those then, Mondo?
You can just take it back. You can just click on yours and
Oh,
take
really?
it. Yeah.
What do I do?
If you right click on it, you can click take.
Ah,
There you go.
cool. Okay, great.
All right, so this is the one I'm taking. Okay. Recall that one.
Do
Okay.
I hit with
Yes,
17?
you do.
Yes. 4 whole damage.
He
And
takes
he's
a
marked.
little bit of damage.
Yeah, he's marked by me, and I'm also going to use my axe and judge to hit him again because I feel really shitty.
Sure.
God, mother, fucking ass, twat, wad. I'm using this one again.
Okay.
God, fucking damn
That
it!
still misses.
I'm gonna just fine. It's fine. How do I roll multiple dice?
What are you trying to roll?
I'm trying to roll 100 d20s to get it
Oh.
out. Like I gotta purge something.
Gotcha. Just /R space 100 d20. There you go.
There we go. Fine now.
Look at all those
Flush-
20s in there.
Yeah, flush the pipes.
There's more. Well, no.
Shut up.
It's a good split.
Yeah, that's right on the average.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, that's over the average. 1,107? Average would be
Yeah.
like 1,000?
Mhm.
Average would be like 1,050 actually.
That's too much math for a weekend for me. So I'm just gonna trust what you guys.
Damien.
Damien is going to go down to his friends.
Mm-hmm.
That moves 20 feet right there. And as his action, He's going to spend another sorcery to twin a spell,
Mhm.
and on the two people in front of him, he is going to cast protection from evil and good on each of them.
Nice.
And then he is going to move back. Oh yeah, he doesn't even need to touch them though, does he? Or is it? It is touch.
It is
Never
touch.
mind.
Yeah. It is.
Okay, great. Then we'll move back up
Okay.
the steps.
Oh, that
That-
is so nice being able to twin healing thing and clerical spells.
Yeah.
Very cool. That will be his turn.
Okay. I am so hungry. Okay, so he is going to lash out at Sash with his claws.
Yeah, let me
He's
see.
gonna miss. Yeah, he misses. He's gonna slash out again.
13 will miss.
Yep, he misses.
Oh, I thought you were attacking Finnan. My bad.
No,
Sorry.
he was attacking. He was attacking Sash again. That will end his turn. He's still screaming about how hungry he is. Percy.
I will knock another arrow and fire it at the screaming vamp. Does a 16 hit?
It does.
Then he takes 25, or probably 12.
He takes some amount of damage from your arrow and he cries out, "You're just nothing more than a little snack! I'll save you for last! I'm so hungry!" Wait, no, wait, an hors d'oeuvre! Thomas.
Yeah. Hopefully better this time. You know what? Since everyone's doing...
Okay,
It is what all the cool kids are doing.
that will hit.
Okay.
You slash at him, he takes some damage.
And then, because I want to, I'll flurry it.
Sure. Yeah, your first one definitely hits. You punch him, or kick him, or whatever it is you do for your unarmed
Yep.
strike. And he takes some damage from that as well.
Alright, then I'll finish and move back.
When you do your flurry of blows, do you not take opportunity attacks?
When I attack someone, I don't... Whether it hits or not, I do not take attacks of opportunity because of mobile.
Okay. Ah, mobile, yes. Okay. Mobile's a good thing for a monk to have.
Yep.
So good that the last time he tried to play Kensei Monk, the DM wouldn't let him have it.
Okay, Finnan.
Finnan's gonna try and stab the guy with his rape. I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Can I move around this guy and flank him?
Yeah, in order to flank, you have to be directly opposite Sash, but yeah, you can absolutely do that. As long as you don't leave a threatened square, yeah, you can dance around him.
I'm gonna try and do that.
Sure, that'll give you +2.
I'm looking at him now.
Not that you
Yippee.
needed
Oh,
it.
shit.
That
Finnan-
is a critical hit.
Finnan is, even no matter who's playing him so far, he's on.
It's those human
So that's
boots.
good. Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
he's doing work.
So that's a total of what, 22?
Yeah.
You run him through with your rapier. It looks like it really hurts. He looks at the pointy. He looks down. He looks at Sash and looks down at the pointy end, and he's just like, "No, that really hurts." He is definitely bloodied now.
Okay, that will be his turn.
Should have thought about that before you became a vampire.
Like I had a choice. So hungry.
I don't know. I still miss, but whatever.
did.
You get
Yeah.
+2 this time.
Yeah.
Oh,
'cause,
great.
Flanking. Yep. So that will
That's more like it.
hit. Yeah. Why won't you just let me eat?
Because you want to eat me. And he's also marked.
Yep. Damien.
Damien thinks this is the saddest thing ever. For multiple reasons.
Yeah, I mean, look at him. Look at his little face.
I know.
He looks tortured.
Yeah, he looks very sad.
Yeah.
I know. That face might haunt him in his nightmares, and everything's uneasy whenever they try to sleep here, so it might show up there. He's just going to do a sacred flame
Okay.
on. Needs to make a DC 14. He's on.
Yeah.
That will be his turn.
He dances out of the way as he tries to remove the rapier from his back. He is then going to attempt to grab Sash again. He does not.
Nope.
So he's going to claw at her again. He's not able to do that. So hungry! End of my turn!
Oh my god. Shut up.
Okay, so I know a little about vampires, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would I know that we perhaps need a wooden stick?
Yeah, I would say that would probably be like something you would have known even with that 12. That's like pretty common, vampire knowledge. It's in all the storybooks.
Yeah. All right. I would like to fire another arrow,
Okay,
and that misses.
it does.
But as a free action, hopefully,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to look at Damien and politely but urgently ask him to run back up to the church and get us a piece of splinter wood that was laying around for a stake.
I'll nod.
I'm assuming there is not any wood other than the pillars around here.
That's correct.
And does it look like the ceiling absolutely needs them to stand up, or could it lose one?
It is groaning under the weight of the ceiling. It's like,
Okay.
I mean, like,
Sash has a quiver of longbows pretty prominently on her body.
A quiver of longbows?
Well, arrows for a longbow.
They count?
They're wood.
I don't know. But,
Well, the railing on the stairs might work too.
that's true. It is wood, right?
yes.
Okay. I'll go over here and try and just smash a piece off.
Sure. Make an attack against the stairs. Yeah. Yeah, you smash off a piece that you could definitely use as like some sort of stake.
Okay. Just a piece, or are there a couple?
There's like a couple at least.
Okay. I'll.
You broke off a banister, not a
Uh-huh.
banister, what do you call it? A spindle or whatever.
Railing.
The thing that holds the railing from the floor, the railing to the bottom there. The thing in between.
Right.
It snapped out and broke in half. So you definitely have two
Okay.
pieces of wood that have a sharp end.
Alright, so I'll go right here, and I'll just hold, like, one out to the side of Sash, waiting for her to grab.
All right, Finnan. Finnan, you notice, by the way, that some of his wounds appear to have like healed up as you're fighting him. Not
not
necessarily the
good.
one that you just poke through him, but like some of his other ones are healing up.
Mm-hmm. Finnan is gonna be like, I guess I just have to stab it even better this time. Do I get the flank or does Sash get?
You both do. You both get +2.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm going to attack. I don't think a 10's gonna hit them.
No.
All right. That will be his turn.
Sash, you notice the same thing.
All right. I'll grab the steak from. And I will. I'll just try and stab him in the. I'll just try and just stab him in the chest with it for now.
Sure.
Am I proficient in sticks?
Yeah, I would say as a fighter, you're probably proficient in like just about anything. So I would say that like we could treat it as a dagger. I mean, it would do the same amount of damage, the 1d4, as a improvised weapon. So, yeah.
Okay. So that'd be this +5 to this.
Mhm.
Probably doesn't hit.
No.
Oh, 12. All right. That's my turn.
Damien.
Damien's gonna look to Percy after seeing Thomas break off that piece of wood and say, "Do you still need me to go upstairs?"
No, but we could probably use more steak.
Okay.
I mean, it's only going to take one, but, you know, multiple people trying to stake him would probably be...
Okay. You said there's like multiple pieces on the ground.
Yes.
Of the
there were
spill?
2. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'll pick up the other one,
Mhm.
and then as with my action, I'll cast another Sacred Flame
Sure.
at
Yeah, that one will affect him.
2 whole radiant damage.
He takes 2 points of radiant damage. He's like, "Oh, it's so bright, Father! Father-o!"
All right, and is he like on at the stairs now, at the top?
He's
Is
gonna,
that he?
technically, I mean, he's gonna come down at initiative count 20. So as soon as your turn's done, like, yeah, I mean, like, he's trying to come down. Ismark and Irina are trying to hold him back,
Okay.
but he's just crying out, and he's just like, "No, Doru, no, my son, my son! I'm so hungry, Dad, I'm so hungry." He is going to try to. He's going to try and snatch up Finnan. Does that snatch up Finnan?
Let me look. Yeah.
He grapples Finnan.
He has disadvantage on that. No, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I will use my unwavering mark. I get to make an opportunity attack
Mm-hmm.
for him attacking somebody other than me.
Yep.
That's an 18 to hit with the stake.
Mm-hmm. That'll
And
do
that does
1d4 plus your strength.
Okay, so 5.
You stab the stake into his back, and he just kind of shrugs it off as he bites Finnan, or tries to anyway. Oh, Jesus
Yeah, he
Christ,
does.
he does. He bites Finnan. For 9 piercing and 11 necrotic.
9 piercing and 11. He's down. Does that instigate him?
I believe it does, but instead, since he's not actually here controlling his character, we're going to give him some death saves.
Okay.
because
Well, it says the target dies if this reduces max hit point to 0 there. So I don't know if that does insta-kill.
Normally it would, but like I said, I never kill someone's character if they're not here.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, he's just down.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's fucked up to just tell someone, "Oh yeah, you weren't here. I went and fought a vampire, and you're dead." Sorry, man.
That it would be a little bit awkward.
Yeah.
I'm feeling a little bit awkward right now doing that.
And that will give him back the necrotic.
11 health points or 20?
Yeah, 11.
Oh,
Yeah, he's definitely not bloodied anymore. And that will end his turn. He drops when he yoked Finnan up, one of the human-sized boots came off, and then he just drops.
Oh
him.
no!
He just drops him on the human-sized boot and turns back to Sash, and he's just like, "He was too little. I'm still hungry." Percy.
Finnan is okay.
Finnan is
Nice.
okay.
And oh shit, I lost my character sheet.
uh-oh.
I had to reload roll 20. Does a 28 hit him?
Yeah, it does.
Alright, well, he takes 23 or some portion thereof points.
He's like, "I have taken some portion of damage from this little man shooting these arrows at me."
Those tiny arrows are a little stingy.
They're very stingy. Thomas.
Yeah. Did I notice the stake that Sash used not do much of anything?
It appeared not to do much of anything.
Okay, then I'm gonna disregard the stake thing and just attack with the longsword because that did seem to do at least something.
Yeah. He does appear to be bloodied again, by the way.
Okay.
After taking that hit from Percy. If I could just put a little mark on him, there we go. Nope, that didn't work. But yeah, you hit him for some damage.
Okay, then I'm going back.
Okay. Finnan's just unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
Sash.
Alright. Because I'm speaking in my Australian accent, my instinct is to say something that is much, much more offensive than I probably can say because we're streaming. So I'm not going to say it, but I think it really hard.
I really
and
want to know
attack
what
it.
it is. I bet you could say it.
No, I probably couldn't.
I'm
going to
pretty,
just say.
pretty sure I'm adult rated or something. You don't have to say it.
I'm attacking with my great axe.
Okay. I want to know on the break though. That will miss.
I'll text you.
Okay.
Do I want to? I feel like I want to. I have another one of these, so I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, sure.
Because I like my funny little human pretendy guy. Doesn't do anything, but I try.
Yeah. You tried your hardest. Damien.
Damien's like, uh-oh. And he is going to use his bonus action to summon that spiritual weapon, flaming sickle thingamabob next to him.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a good sickle. It's like a walking shtick or something.
That's
It's
alright.
fine.
It's good, yeah.
I don't think an 8's going to get him, though.
No.
Okay. And then we will move this away,
Mhm.
20, 25, and we're gonna ready our action for. Can we do it until after this guy's turn? After we see him attack someone, then I would love to use my action to do my healing hands ability because I'm an Asimar on Finnan to bring him back to consciousness.
But you want to wait until Doru attacks him? I mean, you can do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can do that. All right, so Father Donovich, he's being dragged back up by Ismark and Irina, but he's still like wailing and crying, "My son, my boy, my boy!" And then Doru is going to try to grab at Sash. He doesn't. He slashes at her with a claw instead, hitting her for 13 points of slashing damage.
It'll be 20 because
20.
it's just
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot that she had the thing. For 10
Action.
points of slashing damage.
Then I would love to help my friend by placing my hands on his little halfling head
Sure. Okay.
and casting a celestial prayer and giving him 3 whole hit.
He is
Wait,
no longer...
10 to me?
Huh?
Yeah, 10 to you.
Okay. Sorry, I thought that I got confused. I thought Donovich did 10 damage somehow to someone, and I was confused. It's fine.
No, Doru hit you for 10 damage.
That's alright.
Finnan is no longer unconscious.
Cool.
Despite what it says. And that will end Doru's turn. Percy. That will hit him.
Excellent. That's really all I can do.
Okay. He takes some amount of damage. He's like all filled with these like little arrows that are like slowly like pushing out of his body and dropping to the floor. Thomas, that hits. He takes more damage. Finnan is prone, but he can definitely stand up and like do something.
Yeah, Finnan's prone is going to stand up and be like, I didn't like that at all, and is going to stab this guy with his...
Yep,
This is an 18 hit. Cool.
absolutely.
15. And then as a bonus action, he's going to disengage. He doesn't
Okay.
like this guy. He's
Right.
going to move over here.
Okay. Sash.
I'm going to attack him and hopefully hit him.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Yes! That will hit him.
And as my bonus, I will use a second.
Okay.
Mother. I don't think I did that right. I'll fix it.
So you get back some hit points at least from your second
Yeah.
wind. And
I got 5 hit points. It's fine.
it's
I think it's a D10 plus your fighter level.
yeah.
Okay, well then I get 2 hit points. No, I get 5 hit points still.
Yeah.
No?
No.
That's
you get
not
4.
math. I get 4. God damn it.
Damien.
Damien's going to spiritual weapon.
Mm-hmm.
12 probably won't hit.
Nope.
And then, because everybody is struggling right now, he's going to cast Guiding Bolt at
Sure. Yeah,
5.
that does hit.
Perfect.
Your guiding bolt strikes poor Doru. What does it look like when your
Oh,
guiding
he
bolt...
didn't want to be the guy. Oh no!
Oh no!
But if he
But,
is going to be the guy, he would shout out like some sort of prayer as his staff builds up with radiant light, and then it shoots out the end of the stick at the guy, and yeah, he gets that happen to him. He gets wooed.
Sorry, but
That's better. Yeah,
So,
Dorg.
so Damien's sort of panting, like not realizing like exactly what he did just now, till like it dawned. He's
Father
like, "Oh
Donovich
crap!"
just wails and just drops to his knees. Irina puts her arms around him as he's sobbing. Ismark just like, looks down sadly at him and.
Is his body still there?
Yes, his body's definitely still there.
can I stab his body with the wooden stake? Just in case.
Yes, you absolutely can do that.
That is what I do.
You stab his body with the wooden stake. He wakes up for like half a second, like his eyes just like shoot open, and he screams out, and
Oh.
turns into a pile of ash, and
Buffy dust!
yep, pretty much.
Oh my god! I have to keep this stake forever and call him Mr. Stabby.
Yeah, yeah. You've beat the little vampire in the cellar. I don't mean to make that sound like that. No, you guys beat this vampire in the cellar. I mean, baller.
That sucked.
I mean, it wasn't that bad.
No, we were pretty bad. Like, if this was a better vampire, that wouldn't have been so good. We need to get better. Next time we camp, we're doing drills. Like, this is...
I'm just saying, I missed once. I never took a hit.
Alright, maybe it was mostly just me, and I'll do some drills, but, like, I feel like... I mean, thank you. And I look over at Thomas and Damien, I'm like, thank you guys. You were pretty helpful. And I guess, and also, like, you, Percy. So mostly Finnan and me. We're gonna do some... Alright?
Oh, good. I hate our drills. I just mutter.
Hey!
I want to fly over to well, first I want to check and make sure Fennon's okay in his human shoes.
Yeah, he's pulling his boot back on. When he when he when he disengaged, he grabbed his boot. He's like pulling it back on.
Mm-hmm.
His boots are going to be like Indiana Jones's hat.
Yes, I think so. That
I
would
would've-
have been bad though if Vinyl had actually been here
Yeah.
and was actually like engaged with that guy. Ugh.
Yeah.
I wanna fly over to Donovich and do my best to comfort,
Okay. He
saying, your son's at peace now. I'm sorry it had to be done, but it's for the best, really.
he's sobbing, but he's kind of nodding. But he seems like, other than that, like he seems like almost inconsolable. Like you've consoled him a little, and Irina's still like got her arm around him and stuff. And
Fennon, show him your human. Show him how you human walk.
And then he's like mulling over like the very, very fresh scar he's got on his neck now. That was just a little bit healed up by Damien. He's like, yeah, I can do that. And he is going to hop up and down the steps in his human boots, trying to be all funny.
okay.
I think we should let's get out from down here, and we'll take a breather upstairs, and then we should get the fuck out.
Yeah, who's worse off right now, Sash or Finnan?
I'm at 20. I don't know what Finnan's at.
Finnan's at 3.
We should just take a breather. Just quickie little break.
Yeah. Speaking of breaks, it's probably a good time to take a break here as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finnan
Okay.
is now at 7.
Nice.
I sprinkle some fairy dust on him.
It tastes like bubblegum.
Can you find a fairy dust sound effect, Mondo?
Oh, you know what? Maybe. Let's see what this sounds like. No. Well, maybe. Let's see what else we got.
No, it needs to be more tinkly.
What do I have that's tinkly?
Speaking of tinkle, are we taking a break?
Yes, we are.
Nice.
Excellent segue. Catch you guys in a few.
Yeah, we'll be back.
Excellent, Gabby.
Short rest.
You guys can definitely take a short rest. We are back, everybody, for the second half or whatever of Curse of Strahd. Friendship is magic, and everybody's
We just
alive.
killed a guy's son.
Yeah, we killed a guy's son.
Yay.
Only one person almost died.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry. When you said exploded when he was staked,
Yeah.
does that mean my arrows that I shot into him are unrecoverable?
Only one of them is. The rest had already pushed out as his wounds were healing.
Okay, so I can get them all back except one.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I spend the short rest whittling the wood into a.
How do you have 4 hit dice?
I'm rolling for Finnan as well.
Oh, okay.
You can see the D6s and then also the D8s down there
Yeah.
too.
So the Irina and Ismark have taken Donovich to his bedroom in the church, to his chambers, and let him cry himself to sleep as you guys rested up.
Finnan's human walk didn't cheer him up.
No, he pretty much ignored the human walk.
I mean, I thought it would help because it cheers Percy up.
Yeah, no, he was just a little too sad. I don't have a good fairy dust noise. I'll have to fix that at some point, but I mean, I got a chainsaw.
Yes, that'll work.
Okay.
That's what Percy's fairy dust sprinkling sounds like.
All right, so you guys have rested for at least an hour. Irina and Ismark have come out of Donovich's chambers. They're like, he's sleeping. I don't know if we should leave immediately or.
I don't think we can wait any longer. Situation just gets worse.
Ain't that the truth? Oh wait, is this the map that I let you guys see the whole? Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
Yeah.
So was this still the travel route that you guys were planning on taking, or?
I think so.
Well, where's this monastery at?
The monastery Ismark can tell you by looking at the map once I find it on my map. If you look, if you've got the map zoomed out, I'm pinging it all the way to the left. I will actually draw like a little circle. Yep, that's it. Draw a little circle
Gotcha.
around it.
And what's the scale on that? That doesn't actually. That's not going to be that much farther than the.
No, it doesn't change our immediate plans, really.
I mean, I say we just keep going after or through Valaki.
Well, we go to Valaki and see what the situation is.
Yeah.
And what's up with that abbey.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I ask, what's his name? What is special about that abbey?
What is special about that abbey? Special about the abbey. Kresk, 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 Kresk.
You named your steak after the Buffy steak?
Of course I did. What else would I name it?
Good point. We probably all should get steaks.
I'll take mine medium rare.
So the village of Kresk, I mean, is just it's just another village in the Barovian Valley, but um, the abbey of Saint Markovia is supposed to be well protected and a place where allegedly Strahd cannot go. Allegedly.
Well, that's allegedly better than somewhere he could go.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
As far as Ismark knows, the ground is still um, the opposite of desecrated.
Consecrated.
Consecrated.
Yes.
What does that mean exactly? Mechanically wise?
Generally, it pretty much means that just that it's like it's holy ground. Like certain undead things might not be able to go there. Is there anything in the official D&D mechanics about consecrated? I don't know if there's anything like mechanically aside from just like certain evil creatures cannot go onto consecrated ground.
Okay.
Not, but a quick glance doesn't give me anything.
Basically, like a permanent circle of protection type
Yeah.
thing.
Gotcha.
I mean, that's good enough for me.
Mm-hmm. That's where Damien would think we should go. But yeah, I guess we should check out this Valaki place, like you say.
Okay. So I would say after all of the digging, the burial, the fight with Strahd, the killing of the Donovich's son, and taking an arrest, I would say it's probably very early afternoon, like just sometime after 12 noon.
Can we make it to Valaki in 5 to 6 hours?
I feel like it's gonna be a couple of days trip, no matter what, right?
Let's see. The route that you guys are looking to take. not even accounting for the travel conditions. Yeah, I mean it's probably going to be at least a couple of days. Like staying off the roads when you can and such.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have to be like camping overnight no matter what we do. So leaving now, leaving tomorrow morning, much of a muchness. And I'd rather put some distance between us and between our castle.
Hmm. I don't think so. We're like at the north end of the town, right?
Yeah.
I don't even think we should go back through town. I
Oh,
think we should
that's
leave
right.
through the forest.
Boop. Yeah, you guys are there where this like there's a little picture of the cemetery. Very tiny.
Yeah, go through the outskirts and head out.
Man, I really don't like the idea of sleeping out in the open.
Well, I've got a few really expensive tents, so we can use them.
I mean, I've got a tent. That's
I mean, we don't have a choice. There's not enough built up for us to hop from like town to town every day. We're gonna be camping overnight.
yeah, unless we stay on the road.
I
Well,
mean,
wait.
at least until we'll be on a road for a decent while. At least until like we're well past the river.
Check that out. Difficult terrain doesn't slow my group's travel.
Oh,
See, so that's good. So it's twisty, windy road here. I don't want shortcuts. I want twisty, windy road.
yeah, but we don't want to get next to the Sarah pool or whatever.
So what
Mm-hmm.
is that, like 15 miles?
Yeah.
Yeah, roughly about 15 miles.
That's like a 5-hour walk. Give or take.
Give or take.
Then we'll be there by the evening. Assuming, well, let's pray for the best.
Yep,
Okay.
either way, we should definitely go.
All right. So that is a thing that is going to happen. So you guys have taken your rest. Um, Irina probably writes a nice letter to Father Donovich.
You're cutting out. Gonna
Oh.
probably what?
Irina probably writes a nice little letter to Father Donovich about like how sorry she is that yeah, you know, she's just sorry. I'm so sorry, she says, that this happened to you, and thank you for burying my father. When you wake up, I hope you understand why we had to go. Okay. So you guys are heading out of town, following the route given on the ting, correct?
Yeah, we're following the forest to get out of the town instead of going through the town, though.
Right. Okay. So you guys start heading out of town.
Mm-hmm.
We'll play some spooky music. And let me just look at something really quick here. I'll tell you, D&D Beyond Search is still, they still need to work on that there.
Yeah, they really need to fix that.
Their search is terrible. I'm sure they will at some point. Maybe. Maybe they don't care.
They've mentioned it in their live updates. They just haven't done it.
Okay. All right, so you guys like head out. Again, everything is just like overcast, gloomy. The woods are filled with strange animal chitters. They seem kind of unfamiliar.
But no scarecrows, right?
You haven't seen any scarecrows yet. Yeah, I had I had all sorts of on the old game. I haven't moved over all of my my macros and stuff. Or my rollable tables. That's unfortunate. I should have done that a while ago already. Okay. Okay. About half an hour into your journey, as you guys are walking through the woods. So you're not on the road. You're like sticking to the wooded area, like near the roads. Is that?
Yeah, like we'll camp near the road, but I don't think we should be on it when we sleep.
If we even need to.
But you're just asking if we're walking on it?
Yeah, or if you're like walking like through the woods, like near the road. I may have misunderstood something you guys had said earlier.
We were just leaving town. Thomas wanted to go through the woods, and once we're out of the sight of town, then we'd just be up.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. So you guys have left the village. You've left the village behind. You come out of the woods onto the road. Again, it's like it's not great. Everything just seems like very dark and gloomy and just
Sucks.
yeah.
Have we still not really found any like farms or anything?
No, you have not found any farms as of yet. But at the moment, you're only like half a mile out of town on the road. But
Yep.
and like you can see the mist like further up down the road. I mean, as you're walking towards it, like it's it clears a bit. It's just like regular mist, but I mean, it definitely like hinders your long vision. But you hear like an echo of like hoof prints, of hoof beats, not prints, an echo of hoof beats in the distance coming towards you through the mist.
Before that, you said that the mist was sort of. Did it seem like it was parting just because we were like walking forward, or did it seem to just be parting like magically?
It's not so much that it's parting. It's just that like it's kind of just everywhere. Okay. So like looking down the road like like a mile, it's like you really can't see too much. But like as you get it's like all around you, but it like the stuff it obscures, like it doesn't obscure as much when you're like closer to stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But yeah, you definitely hear hoofbeats coming towards you guys very fast.
Do we have time to like get off the road and try and hide?
You haven't seen anything yet, so I would say definitely.
Could we do that?
Okay. You guys get off the road, hiding behind trees and bushes and such. Looking up the road, through the mist, you see a skeletal warhorse and rider, both clad in ruined chainmail. The rider holds up a rusted lantern. It has no light in it. And it is just like hauling ass up the road. I wish I
You
had
know,
little hoofbeats. Yeah.
like I realize Percy's favorite enemy is undead,
Mm-hmm.
but I say live and let live in this case. If it doesn't bother us, we shouldn't bother.
I don't know. Like, what if it's a messenger? We could
What does it
find out
matter?
what if. I don't.
If it's a
Do you want me to go
messenger,
after it?
I mean, it's just one of them.
if it's a messenger, it probably sends messages for that Dark Lord. I don't want it catching any wind of.
Also, we don't know if they know we're gone. If we try to
Fine,
ambush it,
fine, fine,
then
fine,
they'll
fine,
know.
fine, fine.
Ismark says, it won't bother us.
What is it?
Before he can answer, it like just thunders like down the road past you, and you can see it's definitely like this is definitely like a skeletal horse and rider. Like I said, ruined chainmail, and it's just like hauling ass. It passes by and just like off into the mist again. Something falls from it as it passes you in the road, and then Ismark like says it's the Phantom Rider. They say that I mean he's looking for a way to escape the valley. He's one of the Dark Lord's victims from no one knows how long ago, and he's just been riding, looking for a way out of the valley since his death.
We should follow him. He's bound to find one. He's bound to find a way out sooner.
Well, he's been doing it since before my grandfather was a child, so he hasn't had too much luck yet.
Well, then he's probably due.
Can
I feel
I
like we should have
go?
attacked him now, so like we could end his,
Can I go see what he dropped?
Absolutely.
I do that.
Okay. He has dropped what appears to be a mummified raven claw.
A mummified one?
Raven's claw.
Uh, well, hang on to it. If we see him again, we can give it back.
I nod at Percy because he's got the right idea. But let's keep going for now. We have a mission.
Why is everything gross here?
I think it's because that Strahd guy is pretty gross.
I mean, the Vistani
Well,
were
we should go
gross.
back and kill him at some point.
So you guys follow the path that you've decided to blaze. Luckily, Percy is with you, helping to guide the way so that like you're not slowed down. You so you're gonna come off the road here and take to these like hills and such,
Mm-hmm.
and then get back up on the road over here. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just so we can fully skip the Vistani up there.
Sure. Yeah, as you start like climbing up these hills, like you can see the castle, Castle Ravenloft off in the distance, just looming through the fog. And yeah, you make your way to the road. You eventually come to this clearing here, which I can't click on. Hang on. Still on the thing that tells you how far you're gone. I gotta change the. I don't like that green. I gotta change the color of my pings. Boom. There
There
we
you
go.
go. Yeah.
That's much better. Yeah, you eventually reach this clearing here. You cross this small part of the river. Well, you get to this like small part of the river. It's like moving pretty steadily. Um, you can't really tell how deep it is.
If someone has a
How?
rope, I could fly it to the other side and tie it around a tree or something.
Yeah, how wide is it?
Um, let's call it 100 feet.
If someone has two ropes,
I have a rope.
I'll just walk in a little bit into the shallows and sort of feel how fast is it really strong?
The current is pretty strong. Give me a strength check.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean it's not knocking you over or anything, but it's pretty strong. You feel like that if you were to slip or lose your footing or go too deep, like it might start like
can I tell how deep it gets in the middle, like from the color of the water, or like is there anything I can use to kind of
give
tell
me
me
a
how deep
survival
it is?
check. Give me a survival check. Not exactly, but you figure it's probably going to be deep enough to come up to your shoulders, like at its deepest, just like from what you can see.
Deep
So,
enough what? Sorry, you cut out in the middle.
to come up to probably at least your shoulders.
You cut out again. My shoulders, is that what you
Yes, your shoulders.
said? Okay. That's fine. My horse is pretty strong. So if we do what Percy wanted and pull the rope across
Mm-hmm.
and have him fly the rope across, and then I'll go across first with the horse just to make sure that it's like okay, and
Okay.
then you guys can come across one by one after that, and that way I'll also be holding onto the rope at the other end. Maybe? Does that make sense?
yeah, but the river's like twice as wide as our rope.
Well, we've got multiple ropes.
Do we?
In order
I've got
to,
a rope.
in
I've got a
order,
rope.
yeah,
have a.
yeah, you would need 3 ropes at least. I mean, just two just to cross it, but like if you're gonna tie it around stuff, yeah, you would.
Well,
need,
we've
like,
got
a
3
third.
ropes,
Yeah,
so
so you're good.
rope. Tie, tie, tie.
Okay.
Handed.
Is
think-
anyone good with knots?
I mean, yeah.
I'm not good with them.
I'll tie them.
Yeah, and I would say it's fair to say you don't even need to make a check as long as you're not like doing something like under pressure, or like trying to tie a rope in like a space of 6 seconds where somebody couldn't escape from it or something. Yeah, I mean, so you tie some pretty good knots in these ropes. Percy, you're flying them across.
Yep, I will fly one end of the rope across the river and tie it around a tree
Sure.
with my 7 strength.
Yeah. You're able to do that. Like you can take the time to do that. So it's
But a
not...
giant trout jumps out of the river and snaps me up.
That'd be something.
All right, and
You
then
didn't
I'll
think
go
about
over
that,
first.
did you?
I'll go over first on my horse,
Mm-hmm.
and not really test the rope too much, and then with my 17 strength, retie the rope on the other end.
Okay.
I mean, I tied it and gave it a pretty good tug.
Mhm. I'm sure you did great, Percy. As I undo it and redo it.
Percy, what is your passive perception?
13.
Okay. You notice as you're tying the rope, like before Sash comes over, there is a raven in a tree, just kind of watching you curiously.
Ooh, I hang on.
Mm-hmm.
I have an innate ability to communicate with beasts.
Okay.
What is its basic mood and intent, and its emotional state, and is it affected by magic?
You have no idea.
I can't read this bird at all.
Mm-mm. And as you're trying to read it, it just kind of cocks its head the other way, and just like caws at you.
I look back at it and caw, caw.
It flaps its wings twice. Eva!
I take it. What?
Eva! Eva!
It's a talking bird. I'll fly up to it.
It like tilts its head the other way, looking at you curiously. I would say, Sash, you're probably crossing at this point.
Do I notice that Sash has crossed the river?
You notice she's crossing, yeah.
So I feel nothing from the bird, right?
No.
None. All right, I'll gently try and shoo it away. Shoo, bird, go away.
It flaps its wings like it's irritated by your attempt to shoo it away. And it says one more time, it says, Eva! And then it flies away.
All right, I'll fly it back down to.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm retying the rope, I guess, at this point.
Yes. Yes, you have retied the rope.
I will tell
And I'm
Sash.
waving the others over.
talking bird.
Alright, I'll head across next.
Did it say anything funny? I have a friend who taught a parrot to say some pretty terrible things once. It was great.
No, it just said Eva like 4 times.
Maybe it's the name of its owner? Although why would its owner be saying their own name?
Well, I think it might be Madam Eva, the Vistani lady.
Oh.
Thomas, give me an athletics check.
Sure.
Advantage because of the rope. Not that it...
You probably
So-
should have rigged up like a harness or something.
Probably should have.
So
Oh, well.
the current starts to like pull you away, and you have let go of the rope.
Can I get on my horse and go in and get him?
Yeah, you could definitely try that. That's gonna require
That is what I will
definitely
try.
an athletics check for your horse.
I don't have a stat block for my horse yet.
Let me give you a stat block for your horse.
And it's a draft horse, so I feel like it would be like a little stronger than like a normal horse. So it's bigger, you know. Because my half orc got like a big horse,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah, you should have a horse in the journal now.
Yeah, this is my
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah, so you're able to ride up and like Thompson, as she's riding up, like, and you're being like swept down the stream. Are you trying to swim
Right.
towards like either shore or?
Trying to swim back towards the rope.
Okay. So that's slowing you down
Yeah.
a little bit. Yeah, you're able to catch up to him and get him across. Sash, you're able to pull him up on the horse or whatever it is you would do.
I just will go up and like he's a cow, and I'll pull up on one end of him to like let him bump against the horse so he doesn't like go under.
Mhm.
And I'll reach under and I'll grab him by the collar and hold him up and like walk across with him.
I'll be spluttering water. your drills didn't cover swimming.
Well, Well, they did actually. You just stopped coming to them, so you know.
Who's going across next?
Me.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and just straight up, like, I'll just go back and forth with everybody and stand on the other end of them. So if they lose their feet, they knock into my baby, into
Okay.
Thora.
Mm-hmm.
13.
Yeah, you make it across. Like you can definitely feel the current, like in the middle of the river. But you're able to hang on to the rope and like pull yourself across until like you can get like steady footing again.
And Finnan is going to try and tight rope across the rope.
Is he?
Yeah. With
I'll
his human boots on.
Okay.
yeah, I'll follow him along as well.
Yeah, give me an acrobatics check for that one. Yeah, you you definitely fall off the rope.
Falls off.
Yeah.
Uh
Go ahead and give me another athletics check, Sash, for your horse. Or just a strength check. Yeah.
Oh, my horse. I'm
Yes.
giving it sorry.
No worries.
I'm too. I was making sure that it had the right picture. That's really important.
Oh no.
It was preening. Wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. So Finnan's like just slips between like the horses, like underneath the horse, and just keeps going down the river.
Shit.
What is Finnan?
Shit.
You can start riding after him, but Finnan, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's why I do that. Sorry, I was braiding his mane. What's Finnan gonna do?
He's probably floundering a little bit at this point. He's just going to try to get to the opposite.
Okay. Give me a an athletics check for doing some swimming there.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, you make it to the same side of the river, but probably about like 50 feet back down from the rope. But you do make it to the shore of the river.
That's good.
You're soaked, you're spluttering, but you do make it.
Mm-hmm.
Sash probably catches up to you like a moment later.
Sorry.
I would like to, while that's happening,
Mm-hmm.
I will trust that Sash is going to be able to get Finnan and not worry about it too much. But
And
I'm gonna
Irina
fly.
and what's his butt?
Yeah, I'm gonna fly back to the other side of the river and encourage them to take their belts or something and like loop it around like their under their arms and then the around the rope as well.
Sure, that's a pretty good idea. Yeah, they'll do that. I'll give them +5 on their checks.
That way, if they do lose their footing, they're not gonna go anywhere.
Right. So they'll have advantage because of the rope, and I'll give them an extra +5 because they're kind of tied to it. So Irina makes it. She's struggling against the current a little bit, but she does make it. And Ismark. Yeah, Ismark's got no problem. He makes it across.
And once everybody is safely across, I will untie the rope from the far side
Mm-hmm.
so that we can pull it back.
Yep. Yeah, you've done that. You've gotten the rope back.
So, which way did the bird go that was saying Eva?
Ooh, that's a good question. Which way did it go when it flew away?
It flew like what's that direction? South east.
Like toward the Vistani camp.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
It didn't seem unfriendly, but it didn't feel like a natural bird.
Well, we don't want to go. Like, we don't want to go talk to the Vistani. So
Well, we do, just not right now. Maybe.
yeah, I guess Madam Eva knows we're here, but I still really want to go
I'm
talk to
pretty
her with
sure.
while we've got Irina with us.
I'm pretty sure the Vistani in the tavern said that Madame Eva knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I want to talk to her. I just don't think we can talk to her right now. And I gestured at Irina and her
Right,
brother, whose name
right.
I always forget.
Well, let's just carry on then. We'll come back this way. Maybe we'll even use the bridge next time.
Yeah, next time we were like next time like
You didn't want to go for
it's
a
not a
swim,
problem
Percy?
if. What would happen to your wings if you got them wet?
I don't know, but a trout mistook my cousin for a mayfly, and we never saw him again.
Oh,
So I don't like getting close to rivers.
sure. That's understandable. Well, on the way
I
back,
mean,
we'll use the bridge. We can just use the road and the bridge on the way back, because on the way back, it doesn't matter if douchebag in the castle knows where we are.
it was kind of his own fault. He was just sort of skimming up and down the surface and saying, "Look at me, I'm a mayfly," and making us all.
Well, I mean, like victim blaming is a tricky subject, so I don't know. Like, I'm sure that he didn't want to be eaten.
But I think what did it was when he said he was a mayfly, and the trout probably heard that and was like, "Oh,
Believe
I
him?
don't know. Do the trouts talk? I've never heard a trout speak.
I heard about a man one time that could talk to fish."
But only fish.
Mm-hmm. Well, and other people.
Oh. Did he say what fish like to talk about?
He said they mostly talk about eating and spawning because they're fish. They have tiny little brains.
Yeah,
They don't concern themselves with much.
I mean that's mostly what villagers and peasants talk about too. So we're walking as we have this
Yes,
really
yeah.
important
Mhm.
conversation. We're also continuing.
This conversation allows us to unlock the true ending of this
True.
module.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, so you guys
I,
were.
I worry now though, Munder, that in one of your other games this week you're gonna be like, ugh, my stupid Sunday party. I even sent them a bird that said the name of the NPC they should go talk to, and they still didn't do it.
No.
If you do that, do it on Tuesday.
Okay.
That way he'd be like, "Yeah, those guys are a bunch of dumbasses."
No, you guys are still my favorite.
I bet you say that to all your groups.
As
Nope.
long as we're still your favorite, I'm fine with that. We're not going to talk to Madame Eva right
No,
now.
I tell my other groups that you guys are my favorites.
Come
Like,
on,
no,
man.
you guys are great, but I mean, yeah, like my Saturday group, they're my favorite.
Look, sometimes a little competition is good for him.
Exactly.
Hey, if we're taking shortcuts and cutting through stuff,
Mhm.
just me saying, it looks like we could cut like half a mile through the woods here and
Will the
see
mist let us?
miles going around.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind that.
Cut through the woods. Where?
Like that way.
Sure. You can absolutely do that.
Now I don't want to do it so much.
We do it.
Do it.
Yeah, you do it. You cut through the woods. You definitely feel like it might be a bad idea. Well, you feel however you feel. But it's like it's damn spooky when you cut through the wooded area. It's very the trees feel like they're like pressing in on you at times. Like occasionally, it's like you think like well, this way seems clear, and the next thing you know, it's like you're just kind of surrounded by trees. Um,
Take out a torch, light it, and hold it up to any tree that I'm near.
okay.
Yeah, I hold a
Very
hand axe threateningly as we go through.
In my forest, there was a magic bear that went around telling people that to prevent forest.
I think that even he would agree here we should be ready to set fire to them.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like the trees are like moving necessarily. They're definitely not receding from your fire, but maybe it makes you feel better. Does it?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. So cutting through the woods, I mean, and again, it's like you're hearing like strange noises. It's like like very spooky, like branches snap. Like you look around, there's nothing that may have caused that branch to snap. You always have the feeling like you're being watched, like especially as you're like waving torches at trees. But after a short bit, you do come out on the other side of the road.
Um, when we come, just before we come out, I'm gonna go up to one of the trees and I'm going to um, hack off just a bit of bark,
Mm-hmm.
and then tie it into one of my braids in my hair.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Yeah, that happens. You've cut off a piece of bark. You've tied it into your hair, and yeah, and now you're on the road.
Once we're back on the road, I will lecture Sash about how the bark is there to protect the trees from insects and disease.
Cool. Now it'll protect me from the trees.
Not sure it works that way.
Not sure that it doesn't, so might as well try.
So as you guys head down the road, closer to Valaki, you're on the old road meanders into a valley watched over by dark brooding mountains to the north and south, but the woods recede, revealing a sullen mountain berg surrounded by a wooden palisade. There is thick fog pressing up against this wall, as though looking for a way inside, hoping to catch the town aslumber.
Hmm.
As you approach, the road ends at a set of sturdy iron gates with a pair of shadowy figures standing behind them. Planted in the ground and flanking the road outside the gates are about a half dozen pikes with wolf's heads impaled on them. The wall's about 15 feet high, made of logs held together with rope and mortar. The top of each one has been sharpened to a point. And the gates are closed, but as I said, there are two people. As you approach, they're on the other side of the gate. They seem to be holding very large, very pointy-looking pikes.
Hello there. Can you open the gates, please?
It's getting late. What is your business here?
We're just traveling, and we'd like you to open the gates because it's getting late. We'd like to find an end to stay in for the.
Hmm. Step a little closer to the gates.
I'll do that.
Yeah, don't be
Yep.
shy. Come on up.
I'll fly right up to the gate.
I'll step up last.
Yeah, the sun is going down, but it's not nighttime yet. Um, they look you all over. They're like, "You're not from around these parts, are you?"
No, we're
No.
not. We seek shelter nonetheless.
Ismark says, "They are not, but I and my sister are from the village of Barovia," and they're just like, "Oh, all right." They open the gates. Come on in, please, quickly.
Yep. quickly.
Heard everybody in. Come in last.
Yeah, they close the gates behind you. So it's a man and a woman, and the woman's just looking at all of you suspiciously, especially like Ismark and Irina. But the man says, "So are you here for the festival?"
For the
For the
what?
what?
The festival.
There's a festival?
Yeah, the festival of the blazing sun. 3 days from now.
Oh. I don't know if
We
we'll
might.
be here in 3 days.
Well, we might still be here. You never know. No, we we were escorting. We these two were wanted to get away from.
Barovia.
Well, yeah, but the guy, douchebag, in the castle, and we were new, so we wanted to come here. So here we all are now.
Are you planning on spending at least the night then, even if you're not staying for the festival of the blazing
Yes,
sun?
at least
Yeah.
night.
He nods at the woman, and she starts like putting chains on the gates.
Well, that feels safe.
Once once night comes, yes, we lock the gates. It's
Probably for the best. Very good idea.
Do I see any of the villages around?
Yeah, you would see. Let me. If the dynamic lighting's not on, I'm not going to bother trying to turn it on. Let me move you guys to this current town map. Yeah, so you guys have like come in over here. Dynamic lighting's not on, but we don't need it.
This place is huge, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Do
Definitely
the people
bigger
that
than,
yeah. Do the people that we're seeing, do they look different to the people in Barovia? Like less, I don't know, weird?
A little. I mean, like, you know, you've still got like a lot of like drab looking people just going about drab looking business, but some of the people seem, you know, a little better than the people in Barovia. They definitely appear to be a little more lively, and the town's not as overall like depressing as the village of Barovia was. It's like
Hey.
It's not a great place. It doesn't seem like it's at first glance, but it's definitely better than where you were.
Hey, Percy, come over here and sit on my shoulder or my saddle or something and do that thing. See how many, you know, like you did in the church.
Mm, I
We
don't
need
know
to
if
know
I
if
want to
this
do it.
place is. Yeah, we need to know if this place is any better, man. Come on.
All right, I will. Yeah, sure, I'll do it.
Wait, so what are you doing?
I'm doing the what's it called?
Okay.
Is this town also full of the undead?
Let me see how bad things are here. Give me a second.
This doesn't sound good.
Only every other house has undead.
No, the town seems pretty clear. Like you haven't really detected any undead in this town. There are definitely some outside of town, not too super close or anything, but they're definitely out there. But inside this town, things seem to be pretty safe as far as undead go, anyway.
No undead inside the town.
None that you're, yeah, none that you're picking up.
Yeah, this place seems much safer.
Do you have a place to
Awesome.
stay for the night? The woman asks you.
No, but we're looking for one.
You'll probably want to go to the Blue Water Inn. Which is she gives you rough directions that lead you to here. She's like, yeah, just go up the road, like you'll pass, like, you'll pass this, you'll pass that, and there you'll find the Blue Water Inn. They offer food, wine, and shelter to visitors to Valaki.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Be safe, be careful. Stay out of trouble.
Same to you. And I'll wink at the guard.
She winks back, and then she goes back to like putting like these big padlocks on the chains that she's wrapping around the gates.
I nudged Damien. Just get a name.
What? No, I
Tell
was
her your
just.
name.
No. That's not what that was about.
She winked back, dude.
No. Well, maybe later. Let's just get to the end.
Okay.
Alright, so we'll be at the inn then. I say loudly, looking at the woman and then like nodding my head towards Damien as we walk away.
She smiles at the obviousness of the.
Percy goes, "Oh, you think he likes her?"
I mean, yeah.
Damien is red-faced and already trying to get to the end as fast as his
Alright,
Asimar legs
we're
can.
walking. Just
My
trying to help the
pil-
kid out, you know? I haven't seen him wink at anybody before, that's all. What do you do, Damien? Sorry.
I'm like, no, my pilgrimage was never about that. I don't know. I just thought winking would, I'm trying to relax. Let's go.
Well, it will.
Good. Yeah, it will. Follow your instincts,
Yeah,
man. That was
but not
good.
that relax.
Why not? Maybe it is part of your pilgrimage. Maybe it's just one of those things that nobody says is part of the pilgrimage, but everybody just understands as part of the pilgrimage, you know? Get a bit of experience in the world. See what you like.
My brothers and sisters, well, not my sisters, but definitely my older brothers would have told me a thing or two about those antics
I don't know, dude.
after some wine.
I
And they
don't know.
didn't. They never.
Gentlemen don't kiss and tell, right?
What happens on the pilgrimage stays on the pilgrimage.
Stays on the pilgrimage. That's what I'm saying. It's like Rumspringer.
He just like mutters to himself, heathens, and then just keeps walking.
All right, so walking through Valaki on your way to this inn, yeah, the people definitely do seem to be much better off than the people in the village of Barovia were. Some of them do smile and nod as you walk by. I mean, you do get a lot of curious glances, especially Percy there. They've probably never seen anything like that before.
If any of them look friendly, I'll go over and say hi and strike up a little conversation and ask them if there's any other inn in town besides the Blue Water Inn.
Oh, no other inn besides the Blue Water Inn. No, not enough. Not really enough visitors to warrant such.
Oh, okay.
So, what happened to you?
Well, there was a mist and some werewolves, and then we were in the village of Barovia,
And it made you
and then we came here.
small.
No,
I've never
I,
heard
I
of that.
I'm not small. It's just that everyone else is so big.
Oh, ha ha. Oh,
I'm normal size.
okay. All right, my little normal-sized winged friend. Yeah, no, the Blue Water Inn's the only inn. Sorry to say.
I mean, almost everybody is really big. I have my little friend there, but he found a pair of shoes and now he says he's a human and that's a funny.
You know, if you're looking to license your likeness, maybe you go see Blinsky. I'm sure he'd love to make some little toys that look like you.
Oh, really?
Probably.
Where would I find Blinsky?
Oh, his store is not too far from the Blue Water Inn. If you make the once you get um to the 5 points where the Blue Water Inn is situated, if you were to head due south, you'll find his store just a little ways up. You can't miss it.
Oh, I'll definitely have to look at that.
It's got a wooden sign shaped like a rocking horse with a B engraved on both sides.
Okay, thank you. My name's Percy Persimmon Brambleleaf, by the way. People call me Percy though.
Oh, Percy, it's good to meet you. My name is Blodadon.
Blah blah blah.
Blodadon.
Blah
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 blah.
blah.
Blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah.
All right, Percy will laugh. That's a funny name. I like it.
Thank you. It's the one my parents gave me.
Well, they certainly had a wonderful sense of humor. I think I should go catch up to my friends now. But hope maybe I'll see you later.
Maybe you will. Have a good day, Percy. Good.
You too. Blah blah blah. And I'll fly back and catch up to the rest of it.
Yep.
I was hoping that maybe there was another end because, like, we told the guards and the guards suggested where to stay. Bad things happen in Curse of Strahd, and I figured maybe the less people that knew where we actually were.
Yeah, let me turn off the spooky music because this place isn't as spooky. That definitely sounded a little too spooky.
Yeah, we're not in Spooky Town. We're in
Yeah.
Big, bright, happy festival in 3 days or whatever.
Let's see what these sound like. This is called Meditations. Yeah, it's better. Yeah. So you guys see the Blue Water Inn up ahead. No, that's too bad. That's annoying as hell. There's a gray smoke issuing from the chimney of this large two-story wooden building with a stone foundation and sagging tile roof, upon which you see several ravens perched. There is a painted wooden sign hanging above the main entrance depicting a blue waterfall.
I want to fly up to the roof and talk to the raven, see if any of them say Eva.
They look at you oddly, all of them cocking their heads very similar to the way those other ones did.
I flap my wings at them and say, "Caw, caw."
Tookie tookie.
Can I use my primeval awareness again? No, that's not the right one. Hang on. Nope, that's totally the right one. Are these normal birds?
They are not normal birds.
Oh, are they affected? Like, do I not get anything off of them?
You do not. I'm actually so glad that you have that so that I could say that yeah, you get absolutely nothing from these birds.
I'll fly back
Nothing has
down.
made me happier than being able to tell you
Nothing has made me sadder.
that.
I'll drop back down and tell the group, I don't think we should stay here. I
Why is that?
mean, I think we have to stay here, but I don't want to.
Why?
Because there's something wrong with the birds here.
As in this town or this place specifically?
Well, so I explain how I can, not really talk to birds, but sort of communicate with animals and sort of understand what they're thinking and like what their immediate needs are and that sort of thing. But it hasn't worked on any of the birds I've seen here.
Have it worked on any of the animals in Barovia?
I haven't tried it on any other animals, but there was the bird and there was the raven in the forest, and it was not like a normal bird. It felt unnatural, and then these feel the same way.
Well,
For clarification, Mondo, is it like with my sense of this, like, is it like there's not a bird there, or I'm just not getting anything off the birds that are
um,
like if I use my primeval awareness in an empty room where there were no birds at all,
right.
would it be that kind of feeling, or
Um, I'd say maybe the best way to put it might be that your primeval awareness kind of is like it's almost like super animal handling. So it's
right?
like you can get you can look at the animals and be like, oh, this animal is happy, this animal is sad, this animal's irritated. I'm gonna make a motion because the animal gets me. These seem to be like they seem to be smarter than your average bear. So it's like they might not count as beasts as far as this is concerned, as far as this ability is concerned. Might be the easiest way to put it for the moment.
Okay, well, I'll communicate that to the party.
do you think we're being followed?
I think someone might be using the birds to watch us.
Do you think it's this Eva lady, Madam Eva, that we spoke about and learned of?
I don't know.
Fortunately, like so many things since we've gotten here, I don't think we have a choice.
I think those birds will just follow us if we go in, Percy.
Unless you think we should just shoot them all?
I don't think we should shoot them. I mean, it's not their fault they're being used. I'll fly up and try and shoo them away. Flap my arms around to make myself look bigger, make scary noises.
They
Threaten to put a fairy curse on them.
they look at you like
Ooh.
they do that like head cocking thing. They look at you. They definitely seem amused, and
Wait, they definitely what?
seem amused by you. And they start turning to each other and they start cawing at each other. You are almost positive that they are laughing. It really seems like they're laughing. They do not chew themselves. They do not fly away.
Um, man, I think they're making fun of me.
I'll tell them another joke.
I don't know any jokes that are good for a bird.
You gotta think up one. And as I say that, I'm going to walk in because I want to sit in a nice chair.
Sure. Yeah, you absolutely
Irina,
can do that.
I'll ask Irina if there's anything that they know about the birds that we should be.
Um, no, but my father always said that we could trust the ravens. I mean, I don't know what he really meant by that. There was much he didn't explain to us. Always, another time when it's safer. But, you know, that time has passed and he's never explained it to us. But he did say that we could trust the ravens. I'm not sure why he would have said that, but were they laughing at you, Percy?
I think they were.
Hmm.
And it wasn't designed to make me feel good about myself.
Well, that's definitely not nice.
Because they were laughing at me and not with me.
Damien, you step into the inn. There are people sitting around there. They're talking. They seem to be not having a bad time whatsoever. They're drinking wine mostly. It looks like they're eating some food. It's it seems pretty happening. It seems almost like the kind of inn you would find back at home. Oh, let me put some of these people on here. I don't know why we would not have them on here. Why would you not put them on here?
Well, if it looks like it's a pretty relaxed place, uh, we're just gonna probably walk up to
There we
see
go.
who's the innkeeper.
Yeah, there is a woman behind the bar. She smiles as you approach.
I'll smile back and say hello there.
Good evening.
I'm Damien, and I was wondering, do you have any rooms available? I
Um,
have several companions, including myself, that are interested in staying here, at least for this.
yes, absolutely. A bed for the night costs one electrum piece, and that comes with a. We have a nice hot beet soup and fresh bread. It's included with your room. If there's something else you'd like a wolf steak, that's an additional electrum. And we do have wine as well.
I think we'll be happy to enjoy all of those amenities.
Is there I'll come in. Is there somewhere I could put my horse?
Yes, we do. We have a stable around back. Um, that would also be an electrum piece for the evening.
I'll flip her an electrum and then I'll go round the back.
I would like to order a bottle of wine and a whole roasted chicken.
Um, well, we've got a pint of purple grape mash, number 3, Or a pint of the Red Dragon Crush for 1 silver piece. The Purple Grape Mash is 3 copper pieces. It only comes in these in the casks. I mean, if you have a bottle and you want us to fill it, I guess that would be like 3 pints, depending on the size of your bottle. If it's an average wine bottle. And then she looks at your size. And she's just like, unless it's a smaller wine bottle, I'm not sure. I'm not trying to be offensive.
No, they'll just I can drink by the glass, I suppose, unless you have a pitcher.
Um, yeah, pitcher. Sure, we can fill a pitcher of the wine for you. Sure thing. Yeah. What did you want? Did you want the Purple Grape Mash #3 or the Red Dragon Crush?
I'm sorry, I got purple grape mash, and then you keep cutting out on the other.
Oh, the Purple Grape Mash #3 or the Red Dragon Crush?
One of each,
A pitcher of each.
and a whole roasted chicken.
Um,
He can handle it, I assure you.
I'll see if we have any chicken. As I said,
I mean,
we do have the wolf steak, but I'll see if we have a chicken.
a duck would work too.
I'll see if we have a duck. But the pitcher of the Purple Grape Mash, that will be that'll be 2 silver. And the pitcher of the Red Dragon Crush will be 1 gold.
How much for the red dragon?
1 gold for the pitcher.
Done.
Ismark pays for the rooms, pays for the beds for all of you. He's like, I'll take care of the beds.
Oh, well, thank you.
I mean, it's the least I could do.
Would anyone else like some chickens?
I'll have one.
You're not gonna eat them all? Sure.
Well, I could probably only eat like 2.
Sure about that? I've seen you go after a whole pork roast before.
All right, maybe 3 chickens.
Mondo, that other horse that's back there.
Yeah.
Can I tell anything about, like, does it look like a finely bred noble horse or just like some schmoes, like, farm horse? Is there somebody in here who looks like they would? Is it a war horse? Like, is there somebody in here I should be needing to pay attention to because if they have a fancy horse? Basically, is what I'm trying to figure.
Okay. All right. So, as you went inside the stable, let's get to you for a moment. Yeah. So you see.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. There's the squawking of birds, and you hear the whinny of the horse as you bring your horse inside the stable. All the stalls are clean and well maintained, and this is a gray mare. And as you're looking around, you see that there is a small door set in the east wall. That's this door right here. And there's a wooden ladder giving access up to a loft overhead. And perched on the wooden railing that encloses the loft are dozens of ravens. And they're just watching as you... There's a young boy, too. Let me put a young boy in here. He's like, hello, I'm a young boy.
What's with the birds?
They're always here. I'm Bray. It's nice to meet you. I like your horse.
I'm Sash, and my horse is Thora.
He pats your horse. Are you staying the evening?
Yeah, seems like a nice place. What do you think?
Well, I live here, so yeah, I like it.
Here in the stable?
No. Here in the inn, my parents own it. We'll take good care of your horse. It seems very nice.
Yeah, she's pretty great. Whose horse is that?
That's Rictavio's horse.
You cut out. Who?
Rictavio.
Oh, who's that?
Oh, he's some guy with pointy ears. And he's got a wagon. He's got like a big cat in it or something. He's like he says he's a carnival ringmaster in search of new actors. He likes to tell stories about all these distant lands he's been to.
Is he a Vistani?
Guys.
Well, then how did he get to his distant land?
That's where he comes from.
So he came from there and then he got stuck here.
I guess. I don't really meet too many strangers. Every now and then we get some folks come in. They usually come in, they'll stay for a night or two, and then they go on their way. I don't know where they go afterwards, but...
Tell you what, and I'll hand him a copper piece.
No.
Tell him that, tell him I want to buy him a drink.
Okay, if I see him, I'll tell him.
No, like, I've given you copper, so now you go do it for the copper. Otherwise,
so-
give me the copper back.
You want me to go find him?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll see if I can find him. If he's not, I mean, I'm working, so if he's not in the inn, I'll come back and give you back your copper piece.
Well, if you try and you can't find him, you can keep the copper for trying.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. I'll definitely try then.
Thank you.
I mean, not that I wouldn't have tried before. All right, and he makes sure that like Thora is secure in her stable, and he runs off.
I'm gonna look up at the birds
Mm-hmm.
and
look
like
down at you.
wave at them.
Ah!
Okay. And then I'll go back into the front.
Okay. Sadly, I think this is a pretty good place to finish things up for the night.
Okay.
But I will tell you, especially now that you guys are probably about to get a long rest at this fine establishment. Oh, you're all 4th level now.
Woo!
Nope.
Yeah, you've gone up a level, so you get whatever that entails, which is for most of you. I think for all of you, that would be a
ASI.
yeah.
Dexterity 20. That's gonna help.
Yeah, it is.
I get to bump both my strength and my dex up to 18 with this ASI.
Nice.
Or should I take that sniper thing that somebody had from Curse of Strahd? Friendship is not magic.
The sharpshooter.
Yeah, because I feel like I could take a what is it, a 5 point or 5 penalty.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I could take that because my attack with my longbow is at +10.
I think it's. I think you were stacking the archery bonus twice.
Nice
you had it.
hit points, Sash.
Yeah, that is good though. That's real nice.
Yeah.
You're big and tanky.
I take the average because every time I have rolled for hit points as a player, I get below the average. And Phil's not really nice like me, where where like if you roll below the average, you can take the average. And of course, like if you guys roll below the average, of course, my rule is you can take the average. So
I got it, anyway.
But so that will be it for all you watching at home. If you were watching, thanks for doing that. If you watch later, also thanks for doing that. Yeah, Mixer's still not working right. I don't know what the hell's up with this Mixer, man. Everyone's like, yeah, Mixer's the bomb. I don't know. So far, Mixer doesn't seem to be working. However, you can watch this on the YouTubes. I'll tweet a link out, or you can just watch it here on the Twitch. And thanks for watching. Does anyone have anything they would like to say or plug or anything?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
All right. All right. Well, thank you very much for playing, guys. Thanks for watching, people who may watch. And we'll see you next week.
Later.
Bye.